And I just freaked my players out by reminding them that surviving is the goal, not necessarily winning, right before going live. Hi, everybody! My name is Ethan. I, along with these wonderful individuals, players, friends, performers, we are here to tell a story with you all today. Specifically, one called Dying on Hardlight Station. A Christmas and Die Hard themed one-shot for the Mothership system written by D. Kenny. Very cool module. I am, of course, making some modifications, but the author and team did a lot of great work creating this, so seriously, go check it out. I am joined by a similar crew, but with some substitutions from the Another Bug Hunt mini campaign. So let's go around and say hello to everyone. I see some beautiful sweaters here and themed attire. So let's first start with our new members. Down at the bottom right of your screen with the luxurious purple locks, we have Lauren playing Gopher.
Hey guys, really excited to be joining everyone here. I was a little jelly belly last time you guys got to play, and I was like, I want to play. And so here I am, and I'm super excited to play Gopher, an excitable and probably not long-lived golden retriever boy.
She was very FOMO about the last one. So glad we could get you in here this time, my love. Second, we are joined by Aaron playing Blue.
Hey everybody, super excited to be here. I watched your last Bug Hunt and it was dope. But yeah, I'm just here for the vibes and gonna be playing Old Man Blue. And we'll see if he makes it to the end, to his retirement.
It's such a perfect cliche for this story. I love it so much. And I in no way mean that as a critique. Cliches are amazing, especially for one-shots. And then we have 4 veterans of the Mothership system returning once again for some more punishment. So first we have Jolly playing Cloverton James.
So how it goes, folks. Tonight I will be taking another swing at the Teamster and see if I can keep him alive. I'll be playing Cloverton James, Teamster, Fix-It Guy, Handyman, and bonus points to anybody who recognizes that name reference.
If you get the name reference, please leave it in the chat because I 100% did not. Next, we are joined by, once again, Gabby, this time playing Sergeant Cass Breyer.
Hey guys, super excited to play and cause more chaos because this time I have picked a Marine instead of an android, so I can get to be a little bit more chaotic and lean into some things I'm very familiar with. So much excitement.
Yeah, we got the fun chaos combination with Marine and Android here. Speaking of Android playing John, we have Cory J. Phillips.
Hello, I am Cory J. Phillips, and I will be playing your resident human satisfier, John. I'm here to satisfy all of your human needs, whatever they may be.
Hey, there's always a little bit of the artist inserted into the art, right? And last but not least, Sean playing Everett Everson. Yes, I left out one of your names.
It's just E, like my tinnitus. E.
Oh, God.
Hi, everybody. It's fantastic to be back. Ethan pulled me out of cryostasis so I can once again play. This time, I'm not a manic little crazy kid. I'm Everett Eriks Everson, a scientist. So, just nerd, but different section. So, it is fantastic to be here and cannot wait to die. I mean, survive.
And, well, we'll see. My name is Ethan. I'm going to be your warden, helping to navigate this little story. Just a few more announcements before we jump into the story. First of all, this is an 18+ stream. Certainly for language, definitely for content. So be aware of that. Not for kids. It will get violent. I think, for now, those are the main announcements. So, who wants to play some Mothership?
Yes!
Let's run that intro and get to playing. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. It's Christmas Eve on Hardlight Station. This smaller space station is home to about 100 people. The main purpose of the station, it's a small, bustling commercial outpost. It's orbiting a nearby system, and this particular station is predominantly used commercially to rent out space to organizations looking to conduct business in the privacy and seclusion of such a remote station. It can sometimes act as a way station between Earth and the nearby systems as well. But business, that's for 360 other days of the year. That's not for tonight. Tonight is Christmas Eve, and the whole station has been decorating, baking, and brewing things illegally in preparation for the festivities. And there are cats roaming the hallways here, pets about. It is a place where families live as well. So, when we pick up, we are in one of the hallways of the living quarters of Hardlight Station. We see 4 of you there walking together right now. And specifically, we see Blue, Clover, Cass, and Everett. The 4 of you have already gathered, heading towards the atrium where the big party will be, but not before you get the rest of your crew, and you're still missing one member, and that is Gopher. So as the 4 of you are heading towards Gopher's room and gathering outside of his door, who do we see there? And I'm just going to go in order on my screen here. Cass, how are you dressed for the festivities? Who do we see?
Cass is probably the least festive person you will ever see at a holiday party. She's in just like standard, like comfy black pants and a tank top that she's clearly worked in over time, tried to wash the stains out of and forgotten. She has 0 holiday spirit, and she is going strictly to drink, and she's very annoyed that they're not already drinking because Gopher's not around yet.
I was going to ask if you had pre-gamed at all, given if that's your goal.
Oh, always.
Do you have anything on you at the moment?
No, which is why she's annoyed. She drank it all in her room, expecting to go straight there.
Got it.
So.
And the next individual that we see, Blue. How are you dressed for Christmas Eve?
Blue is dressed to the nines. He has his official blues on, I guess. And a little beret hat. Usually he's in his military fatigues, but today is a special day because it's his last day officially of his tour because he retires tomorrow. So he is ecstatic, and he's older gentleman, white mustache, thinning white hair, but he's glowing, he's beaming, and he ends up looking over at Cass and seeing her kind of fidgety a bit and reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a whiskey shooter and slides it over, just like really sneakily. But that's what you see.
Love it. The next individual would be Cloverton James, known by his friends as Clover.
So I, in my capacity as an engineer, like fix a guy in the building, I worked my normal day, had my usual coveralls on, but when I finished and I knew it was time to party, I went back to engineering, left all my gear, changed it to a new clean set of coveralls because there's no telling how crazy this party could possibly get, and I'm not getting my own clothes dirty. And I also happened to have an unopened bottle of rum that I had stashed away in engineering because I am trying to get this party started right. So
are you concealing the bottle, or are
I'm
you
not concealing it at all? It's right in my left hand. So if you see me, you see the bottle.
Love it. And the last member of the 4 that we see here at this moment, Everett.
Sorry, that's me. I got so caught up in the thing. I'm sorry.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. You see someone who is thin, He's a scientist. Oh, I forgot. I have my glasses.
All about the prop work, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Respect the prop work.
His dark shadows under the eyes. You can tell he's looked into a computer screen for far too long. There's a blue tint to the glasses to get rid of the glare from computers, which is a computer thing. Looked it up.
I looked it up.
I looked it up. He's got this exact outfit on, very much looking like a Hallmark character, because we have TBS, which is TBS Space, that I get streamed in. So we get to watch that, and he is absolutely drinking already. It's the holidays.
It seems like Cass was misled about waiting to drink, because everyone else here, one has an unopened bottle, the other two aren't waiting, it seems. And given that, actually at this moment, right before you hit Gopher's door, one of the service staff of Hardlight Station, one of the androids that is currently here working the Christmas party, walks down the hall towards you all. And John, 2 questions. First of all, you have a tray in your hand with something from the party. I'm going to ask what's on the tray. I'm also curious how you, being an android, are dressed for the occasion.
So, rounding the corner as you guys are heading to Gopher's door, you see a 6 foot tall, so average human height, wearing a like candy red button-down shirt with a candy cane tie, a bottle green vest with bottle green pants. This was a corporation's idea of Christmas attire, and it is pressed and it is starched to hell and back.
You look like a walking Christmas ornament.
Yeah, I look like a walking Christmas ornament, and he has a tray full of nothing but eggnog shots. And he's walking towards you, and he says, and he walks up to all 4 of you, and he's like, "Greetings from the corporation, and we would wish you a happy holidays. My name is John. I would like to offer you these beverages as a token of how much we appreciate your work over the last year. Please take one." And then underneath him, he says, "No more than 3 allotted per tray."
Right at that moment, the camera cuts to inside Gopher's apartment, where, Gopher, you get a little ding ding from your doorbell system letting you know that there are, like your Ring video doorbell, not sponsored, that just lets you see that people are right outside your door. And so even before they ring the doorbell, the little video feed pops up right next to your door, and you see 4 of your friends and one of the station's androids right outside.
He is blaring Trans-Siberian Orchestra as loud as it can possibly be. The door is shut.
Can't play that. It's not. It's not.
Yeah,
free.
you can kind of see these plumes of smoke drifting out from the seals in the door, as you can hear him doing the guitar solo himself. Inside the room, he's just dancing around, smoking a cigarette. He is about 5'8". He's got a very lanky build. Just your typical white guy, really. Cute little blonde curls on his hair. He's wearing what looks like goggles on his head with aviators taped to them. He's wearing cargo pants covered in oil. He's in charge of refueling and recharging all of the land vehicles, as well as any other tool in the station. So he's got oil and grease on these giant cargo pants. But in true Christmas fashion, he is wearing a white stringer with a Christmas tree butt plug on it. Underneath it, it says Merry Festibut. And he's wearing a lighted garland around his neck that's flashing green and red over
Not
and
Merry
over
Christmas?
and over. No.
Okay.
Merry Festibut.
Merry Festibut. I have to write that down.
Christmas is great. Festibut, I mean, and he's ready and raring to go. And he opens that door and he goes, "Sup, Grinches!"
As always, Hi. Yeah, that's what I thought. Here's a shot, and he's gonna reach over and delicately pick it up.
Hello, and Merry Festibutt to you as well.
Fuck yeah, John, what the fuck?
I do not know what the fuck is happening right now, Mr. Gopher, but you have been invited to the corporation's party, and I have been tasked with escorting you while also providing an alcoholic beverage. Please take one, no more than 3.
Are you gonna take one?
No.
Okay.
So, is there anything else in this exact moment as the door slides open, the cigarette smoke pours out, that anyone else is doing?
So when they were reaching for a drink from John's tray, I actually do pull one of those, take the shot back real quick, but I don't give him the glass back. It's like, you mind if I hold on to this?
Absolutely.
Cool, thanks. And I just like kind of put it in one of my coveralls pockets. Yeah, just in case somebody wants a separate shot. You know, can't be drinking out. Everybody can't drink out of the bottle like cavemen. So, you know.
Somebody, in case somebody will remain unnamed.
Might as well do it on company money anyway.
There you go. He knows.
Cass immediately grabs 3 of them. And it's just like 2 in one hand, 1 in the other. It's just taking shots.
Yeah, I forgot he did say a 3. Yeah, I just kick 2 more back and leave those 2 on the tray, but I keep that first one in the pocket.
I look to
Fun
Blue.
fact,
Thanks, buddy.
He never specified if it was 3 for the whole night or 3 at a time. So, due to minor word verbiage, come back here. We all want our shots. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And John, you said you were saying something in blue?
Oh, I said I just turned to Blue and I put the tray like inches from his face. Like,
Are you sure you can just give that to me? I'll take care of it.
no. An unearthly strength of grip prevents you from taking the tray from him. This is my standard issue tray. If you take it from me, I will be forced to use force to take it back from you. Please take your allotted 3 drinks.
$50 on John.
He puts the let's go with the tray. Well, that's all right, John. Let me just take a couple of these. 1.
As
2.
you are grabbing those, there is the sound of a distant explosion. The station rocks. What do you all do?
Oh fuck.
Gopher immediately crosses his arms, takes a big drag from his cigarette. Over my pay scale.
Damn, they're really going for it out there. Like, are we late to the party now? Is that them? We need to go to the atrium now?
I didn't know they got fireworks.
This is not a part of the scheduled programming. This is an anomaly. I would advise you to remain calm. Everything is fine.
Right now, in this exact moment with the explosions, the distant sound of music has cut. There are screams, people who have started backtracking into the hallways and running into their small apartments, shutting the doors. What do you all do? You know that from here, from the living quarters, the atrium is not too far from Gopher's apartment. The only other place that the living quarters directly connects to is the Commerce District, where all the shopping locations are, but they're closed for the season.
Warden, you mentioned all of our gear would be in our living quarters for those of us that have estate. Okay, cool. In that case, if we're in the living quarters, I'm just gonna grab my stuff real quick.
Okay, so you start to break off and run back to your apartment.
Sergeant Breyer. Sergeant Breyer, in this scenario, it is per protocol that you, as you were, gear up.
Give me the shots. I'm good. It's my gear. Could be. She's just drunkenly trying to take more shots from him. Because at this point, she's been pre-gaming for hours and is just ignoring the fact that John's trying to make her go away.
Not go away. Just get your gear. Haha.
John, you're extra weird tonight.
Another explosion and shake. You can hear a dog from a nearby apartment starting to bark loudly in panic from the explosions.
Gopher, upon hearing this second, he kind of jumps a little bit. And you don't usually get to see panic set in for a new recruit, but you see panic set in for a new recruit as he puts his goggles down and his hands start to sweat and shake a little bit. And he takes his cigarette out and he puts it out on his cargo pant and flicks the butt. I'm gonna go get some shit. And then he goes back into his apartment and comes out with...
Well, hold on. Things are happening really fast here.
Sorry.
So, we have Everett take off for his apartment. You, Gopher, dash back inside yours in that exact moment because things are happening really fast right now. Where is everyone else going? Are you staying out here in the hall, waiting for the others to return?
I am waiting for Sergeant Breyer to move and or do anything, because that is per protocol.
Follow
John,
the
why the fuck? He outranks me.
Who does?
And points to Blue, like
Oh.
over her shoulder, the one that's retiring.
My apologies. I was unaware that there's somebody that outranked you. I am now following the directive of Blue. What is your rank?
Absolutely not. We're not starting this right now. Come on, Cass, let's go get our shit.
Ruining my fuck buzz. Fine.
Here, take one more. He hands Cass his last.
Takes a shot and books it for her own shit.
Okay, then. Then I need Clover and... Clover. What are you doing in that moment as the two Marines start to head off with John just kind of pleasantly following behind Blue?
Okay. So, they're getting their gear and everything together, and I just kind of like hang my head down. I'm like, this is about to ruin the entire night, isn't it? So we're in the living quarters area, right? So there is a hallway going towards the atrium.
Correct.
I actually start looking down that hallway, and I might take a couple of steps towards it. I'm just like looking for some sort of activity, like maybe some lights blinking, I don't know, people scream, some like evidence of...
You definitely hear loud commotion from that direction of people shouting, confusedly shouting for people. Someone steps on a cat's tail in the hallway. It's chaos around here. You can hear the people shouting for loved ones, screams of panic, what sounds like a table tipping over and crashing with glass breaking in the chaos.
My gear is all the way back in engineering. The one night I decide not to take it home. Okay, so... Okay, we're at Breyer's, correct? In front of
you are
Breyer's
at
place?
Gopher's. In front of Gopher.
Sorry,
So Gopher,
yeah.
like, the door is still open. You can see Gopher.
Okay, I'm gonna wait and hang and just like kind of wait for Gopher to gear up, because Phil, I don't have any of my gear. So I'm gonna wait for Gopher, and
Perfect.
he gets himself ready.
Okay, I believe that is everyone. So as all of you, in fairly quick order, reach your apartments, you hear an announcement come over the comms.
Attention all station personnel. Port security has been breached by an unidentified ship. I will be enacting full station lockdown in 60 seconds. Return to your homes immediately. I repeat, return to your homes immediately.
This is Lieutenant Hannah Gruber of the Black Shield Mercenary Company. We are now in control of the station. All station personnel are ordered to gather in the atrium immediately. Resistors and stragglers will be shot. That is all.
The first voice you recognize is that of Administrator McLean. And it sounds like in the middle of her announcement, the comms were hijacked. All of you are in either your apartments or someone else's, or right next to it, when this announcement comes over the station speakers. What's the plan now for all of you? You begin gathering your things. There's no problem, no check. You all have your equipment that you're able to gather from your apartments, but once you then have it, then what? Blue.
Are the announcements coming from security administration? Like, is that command center?
You do know, yes, that is where the administrator's office is. That's where security is housed, all of that.
And if a ship docked, it's probably in the docks.
Docking, yeah.
All right, Blue, what is your command? What do we do from here?
Is it just John next to me right now, or is everybody reconvened?
You all do have, like, personal communicators, for what it's worth. They do operate still over the station systems, but they're more point to point. So if you want to get in touch with anyone who isn't right by you, you all have the capacity to do so. But yes, Blue, John is currently the only one with you.
Blue is going to take his beret off, lay it down on his bed really nicely, and then reach underneath the drawer and pull out a red bandana. Tie it. Pulls up his shotgun. One fucking day. All right, John. Go get the others. Meet me outside the living quarters to the Commerce District. And he's going to...
Yes, sir.
And we got a party to crash.
Faster than he should be able to go. It just, like, in the most, like, Chris Evans run starts going and acquiring the other personnel that was with our group originally. So he goes and grabs Everett, Clover, Ace, and Sergeant Cass, just grabbing everyone. It's like, you're required at the coordinates that's Captain Blue specified. I'm going to assume he's a captain. He has yet to tell me his rank or whatever that means. Please come with me, or by force, your choice.
Warden, question.
Yes?
Being artificial intelligence scientist, can I tweak John's personality back to a little bit not as creepily corporate festive and more of a...
I would say, first of all, you could make a roll for it. It would first require a thumbs up from the player of John, though.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
That looks like an enthusiastic thumbs up.
Okay,
so, you could.
Me being artificial intelligence and hacking and computers, I kind of figured I'd be the one who set him for this because of corporate ruling. But how quickly this night has gone elsewhere.
All right. So normally you wouldn't have to make a check for this, but given the stress of everything that's going on, this is going to be intelligence check. You can add your relevant skill, which I believe would be artificial intelligence, to that.
Yeah, okay. Intelligence. Immediate panic.
You got this.
We roll what on things?
So, general reminder.
Yep.
For everything other than panic checks, you roll a D100, and the goal is to roll below, not equal to, but below your target number. Equal to or above is a failure. Doubles, so like 66, 55, are criticals. If you succeed, critical success. If you fail, critical failure. 90s are always failures. I think that's all of it. Oh, and when you roll a critical failure, automatic panic check.
Yeah. I'm a grab my bioscanner, everything else, and then as John gets to my door, I'll be like, John, please come here one moment.
Absolutely.
Come.
Okay.
And, turn around. Quickly. Quickly. We don't have time. Snap.
Turns around.
Yeah, with a 19, I'm pretty sure
that'll be a success.
19 out of 56.
It's going to be about a 10-minute process.
Sean, I want you to give me 2 words that you would use to describe your desired personality outcome.
Oh, I love this.
Oh no, let's grab this. What would you say your 2 words are now for what you're
Compliant and customer service.
cool? Fuck the customer service. We're gonna go with
Give me 2 words.
Oh no.
ass.
This is amazing.
And they cannot be compliant or customer service.
Weirdly, it's customer service and compliant.
Protocol
Oh.
droid.
So what's it gonna be?
I got a million words
I'm
for
not more happy than I've ever been in my life right now. I could not have asked for a better outcome.
Got a 30-second timer here. Then I'll
Yeah.
pick them.
Oh god. I wanted to say erratic, but no.
Got it.
Oh,
That's
no.
one. You said it.
Oh shit.
No, wanted to say. Come on.
Okay.
Wanted- all
15 seconds.
We got functional for the situations and clever. Or is that too vague?
Nope. You're
Okay.
gonna get what you
That's
get.
fair.
That's fine.
You notice?
Okay.
Christmas.
Do you mind? Do you
And
mind?
Christmas.
Please.
Okay.
The
No,
one thing
I'm-
I will say before, hold on to what you're going to say, Cory, because like I said, this is a not immediate process. This is going to take a little bit of time
Yeah.
to get into the system and do everything you need to do. So as you hook John up and begin to reprogram his personality, we know what Blue is doing. What about Cass? And what about Gopher in this moment?
Gopher is on his way back. He was very quick. Didn't take a lot of time. And he comes back, and you're like, "Did you even get anything?" He did.
Well, where is back? Because everyone initially gathered right outside your room.
Okay. Wherever the person closest to them is, I guess.
Okay, so you're basically meeting up with each other in the
Reconvening.
hallways.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood.
So he frantically, he had the forethought to put on a belt because his pants are a little too loose, which is not conducive for running. He did not grab any armor, but he did grab a machine gun and his nicotine gum, which as he approaches whoever he approaches next, you see him pop nicotine gum into his mouth and then immediately light a cigarette.
And Clover, you were with Gopher this whole time.
Yes, I was basically, since we were grouping at Gopher's place at the beginning of this, I just chilled and waited with Gopher as he's getting ready.
And so as Gopher heads off, and you fall in line, I would love you to tell me which of the other apartments would you head to? Would it be Cass's, Everett's, or Blue's?
Cass.
Okay. As the two of you arrive outside of Cass's door, you begin to hear from behind you the shouts of your fellow Hardlight civilians and occasional bursts of machine gun fire, screams as what sounds like people being rounded up. You hear the voice of one of the people. To the atrium! Don't fuck around! Come out now! It'll be easier for you! It sounds like they're getting closer.
What is going on?
You're right outside Cass's door. Cass, you would hear these gunshots. All of you would hear these gunshots.
All right, and we can hear and the gunshots and the yelling is getting closer to us as if they are sweeping the living quarters, I assume, right?
Correct.
Okay, so all right, so with that basic map you showed us, we're in the living quarters. We know there's a hallway that would go to the atrium, but that's where they want everybody to go. So I'm trying to think of some alternative route.
Something you specifically, because you asked this as an engineer, what immediately pops into your head, there are vents in all the living quarters.
So everyone's personal living quarters?
Yeah, everyone, there is oxygen and air that is pumped into everyone's quarters, and the vents are not large, but they are industrial.
Okay. So so Gopher and I are on the way to Cass's place. When we get to Cass's, like, I almost like don't even give Cass a chance to say something. I just bust in and was like, "Where's your vent?" That's what I'm gonna do.
Cass, hearing the gunshots, already has her SMG in hand. As soon as that door bursts open, she's got it leveled right at you. For half a second, her eyes a little glazed over because she's still fighting off that buzz from all the shots she took. Fucking just jump in here, you fucking idiots. Shut up. Do you not hear them?
Oh yeah, I hear them. That's why I jumped in here. Look.
Could you make any more fucking noise?
Vents
there
towards the ceiling. Like I said, if you need a frame of reference, maybe like the ones in Die Hard. That type of metal vent, very similar to that. And they're about 10-ish feet off the ground, so you would have to get up to them. But there is a grate that you could definitely pull off.
All right. The vents.
I'll take care of it. You don't need to be doing anything, sir, ma'am. Got this. And he's gonna go to take off the vent. It falls on him, but he catches it. I'm good. Smoke plumes.
Fucking booters.
Ma'am?
Chill up. You made me one more time, kid. I swear, it's Cass.
That feels wrong, but ma'am, Cass, gotcha. Fuck yeah.
Blue, what are you doing?
He is outside of his living quarters, shotgun like this, and doing a lot of corner checking. Check the corners and doors, and he'll shimmy his way towards the others. Hopefully, Everett and John. He'll come across their room.
So as you are walking, as you're checking your corners, you glance around one just in time to see as two mercenaries, male and female, one of them in a filthy uniform, the other with a mohawk side shave style hair, and has a very fine looking pistol in her hand as they are opening up doors to living quarters and checking inside. Nothing. And moving over to one across the hall. That's the direction you have to go.
Can you describe the hallway for me and like kind of where open doors or closed doors are and where I need to go?
These are very basic hallways here. Sharp angles, metal, barely decorated walls. There are, along each straightaway, there are two apartment doors on each side. And so you're looking around a left-hand turn, and it's either forward or back when it comes to the living quarters. It's one snaking hallway.
And everybody's on the other side of these two mercs?
From where they currently are, yeah.
Does it look like they have any armor on?
Not really. I mean, they have basic armor on, but nothing impressive.
He is going to retract from the corner. Goddamn fucking Black Shield mercenary motherfuckers on the day of my last date. And he's going to pull out his grenade, pull the pin, toss it towards him, and go the other way.
Your frag grenade?
Yeah.
Fuck yes, let's get this party started. All right, could you make me a combat roll, please?
combat.
Sir, this is Wendy's.
I've never been so happy.
Let's get
So
this
good.
party going.
Military training, I think, would
Yep, you can
Apply.
absolutely add that in.
probably not firearms. Okay, so plus 10, 61,
Ooh,
66.
that's a critical failure.
Oh no.
So, no, you should go ahead still and make a panic check, just in case you roll below. So that's going to be a stress point for failing this. It's also going to mean that as you go to as you have pulled the pin and you go back to throw it, your nerves just get to your grip a little bit and you drop it at your feet, causing a ting 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 and the two mercs to turn and look your direction. In that moment, what are you doing in bullet time? Because there's a live grenade at your feet.
I was kick it.
Okay. So first, what was the result of your panic check? Just
16.
pass or fail.
We
Okay, you're
good.
fine. Now, I'm going to give you here one more combat roll to kick this.
$75.
That is going to be a second failure. So,
He's old, guys. I'm sorry.
Those dice are in timeout.
hold
Good idea.
on a sec. I need to pull up something I didn't think I needed yet.
If we lose somebody this early, can we roll a second character as a backup?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
totally come. I mean, yeah, character creation in Mothership is super fast.
I wish
All
this
right.
were not in character for you, Aaron.
Could you please roll me 3d10, Blue?
It's so early.
It's amazing.
It'll be another
I'm
character death by
So
explosion.
happy.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Really low, a 9.
9 total. Okay.
Ethan's not gonna have to do any work. We're gonna kill ourselves.
That's not bad. So you and those two are going to take 9 damage as you kick the grenade, but it's off angle, it bumps into the wall and then just goes spinning right in between you and the two mercs, who look up in time to dive away, averting most of the damage. But we are, as that moment resolves, what are the rest of you up to? We're going to say by this point, the reprogramming on John is complete.
Oh, with that one, it was I've got him hooked up to a bunch of stuff that's in my room, and I'm going. I'm like, okay, come. I don't have time for this. And I hear the explosions and everything going off. I'm just like, I'm sorry, John. I've only got a few moments, and why did they put this in there as the standard choose the fucking words? It's not crossword puzzle. It's fine. And like, this is his whole persona. Just, he puts on the professional front, but he's just
I apologize. It
functional. And I just smack him on the head real quick. You're fine. It's functional. And I hear the other explosion. I'm like, fuck it. Someone's got to be clever. And I'll hit clever and send it, slap it shut.
I love
roughly.
the wording of "I hit clever" because that implies that there's just a list of traits
Like a
that
drop-down menu.
from like a drop
No,
down
that's
menu.
what
where
I'm saying. Like,
all right,
the company-
clever
yep.
works.
Like, I'm just imagining it, like, because they have that 80s. Yeah, they have that 80s rollout that they do with their programming. So it's just. And I can only get from A to C in time. I'm just like, I'm sorry, John. I'll try to do it later. And I smack him shut with enough force to move him a little bit. And I spin him around and come on, hey, come on, wake up.
I do apologize. I seem to have been offline for a period of time.
It was the corpo bullshit. I need you focused.
I am focused. What would you
Great.
like in this moment?
I need you to random dog, go away.
I will get you a random dog.
No, John.
Yes.
Schematics of how to get the fuck out of here. We're supposed to meet up. Explosion.
The ventilation system is all connected to every single room, and also lots for enough space for a single human being. That would probably be the easiest and quickest way to reach all of our other compatriots. Is that what you would require?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Follow me. And he's going to grab the vent. Like, he's just going to dig his fingers into the wall, grab the vent on the other side, and rip it out of the wall. And then just toss it.
Fantastic. You stand on, you just like slide over a table, get on it, grab the vent, pull it open.
And then he's just already in.
Bioscanners. Yep. I grab bioscanners. I've got a whole kit of things. Trank pistol, bioscanners, sample collection kit. And I just go in right after him, and I try to pull the vent closed behind me, like move the table back in front where it is and pull the vent closed and follow him through the vent.
Okay, so
we are cooking to the rest of the team.
I do have a question for those of you in quarters right now. Just a question. Did you lock your doors?
1,000,000%. For how long I was going to be working with him, I would have locked
that
my door.
makes sense.
Yeah.
My frontal lobe isn't fully developed, so no.
Jesus Christ.
I definitely locked up because I haven't been by there since I left this morning, so I'm locked up.
Did anybody lock my door when they burst in?
Okay.
Nope.
Sorry.
As both groups have started to make their way up and into the vents, we cut back to the aftermath of the grenade explosion, where debris from the fragmentation grenade is still falling around. The two mercs start to stand up. What the fuck just happened? You hear the sound of a gun cocking and footsteps rapidly approaching towards where you still currently lay, Blue. What do you do?
What are my escape options here?
You could try to run down the halls towards the atrium, past them towards one of your friends' apartments, back towards your apartment.
I'll go back towards mine and close and lock the door.
Okay, make me a speed check. Do remember, everyone, always take a stress whenever you fail any roll.
Speed check, athletics plus 10. Looking at a 40. 96.
That's an auto failure. So you start to get up and run, and you hear from behind you, "Hey, stop!" And you start taking off. "I'll shoot!" The feet pounding behind you. And as a consequence of that failed speed check, one of them is going to get off a shot. There is the crack of an SMG. Several shots. And one of them hits you.
While you're rolling.
Oh, yeah.
No, I said while you're rolling this, is the path from the apartment that I was in, would this cross over the top of where all this is going on right now?
You, soon, this is happening kind of all simultaneously while you were getting in the vents.
Got you. That's going to be good to know, but know that
Yes.
I am thinking about passing over the top of them.
I love it. All right. That is 10 damage to you, Blue. Has that caused a wound yet? Because that's 17 total.
Has not.
Woo! Rolled good on that health. Okay. You get hit by one of these shots, but manage to make it back to your apartment. shutting and locking the door.
Fucking shit. Oh my god, where the fuck is everybody else? How am I the only one in here? Okay. You know what to do. I'm gonna move the bed over in front of the door and like flip it up. Create a barricade.
You hear the sound of someone trying to open your door by the keypad outside, but because you've locked it from inside, it won't.
Not gonna work, motherfucker! Closes it. Finishes putting the bed in front of it and just kind of hunkers down and tries to get his shotgun lined up at the door because he doesn't know what else to do.
Okay.
Judging by the relative direction of the grenade explosion and the firing that's happened, I believe that our Captain Blue is in trouble, and possibly under duress. And is there a vent opening that would be over his doorway?
There would be one that goes over his doorway. There would also be one that, if you took a different branch, would lead over the apartments themselves, like inside of them, or you could take the branch that would lead through the hallways.
So is the vent facing down, or is it one of the ones that comes out the side of the wall?
In the hallway section, facing down.
Okay.
In the apartment section, facing out.
I'm going to make
Don't
it
ask me
to.
why.
I would assume this android, due to the knowledge of knowing the living quarters, also knowing the schematics of this entire facility in a sense of like where these vents are going, is just using his android brain to navigate his way to the vent right over them. Can I see them through the grates trying to get into his apartment?
I will answer that question in a second, because as John starts to, having made this analysis, just military crawl with absolute, functional and clever attitude, just making it down the vent. Do you follow behind?
I'm going to be following John because I want to try to get him as functional, no pun intended, as possible for the situation that just happened. And any chance I could try to reprogram him to keep adding. If
Any
allowed,
downtime, I will keep
any
working on
downtime.
this.
I'm going to keep till he turns into the best fucking machine the corporate hates.
2 words,
Yes.
James Bond.
His
all
thought
right.
crossed my mind, but his mind would just go, my name is James, and I like bonds. That's what he would have done.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, then. What about Clover, Gopher, and Caps?
While complaining the whole time. Every time you fucking reprogram this thing, it always goes British. Every fucking time you reprogram this thing.
Or the...
You gave me clever. You said clever.
I know.
gave you...
No, it's a bug. It's a bug in the system. You gotta work it out. The 3 of you start making your way through the vents as well, and actually fairly quickly would see in the distance as John, with just absolute efficiency, moves down the vent and takes a turn, and Everett shortly behind. John, as the one heading this charge, as the rest kind of fall in line eventually, you are able to make your way through the hallway downward facing vent and find the one that overlooks Blue's door. You see 2 mercs standing outside, one of them just come on out. It's easier. We can just hack the system. We will.
I'd like to see you try it.
I drop from the vent and land on top of one of them, aiming to land on top of one of them, and out of my palm, you see a little, opening open up. This is the tranquilizer gun. The tranquilizer pistol. And I'm going to drop down on top of one of them, put my hand on his neck, and fire point blank into his neck the tranquilizer dart. And if I'm allowed, I'm going to, assuming, because they're both by the door, after being on top of the other one, basically mount, grab, slap the other one, and trank him too.
Okay. So this is really awesome. So I'm going to give you advantage on the combat roll here to hit the first one.
That is an 11.
11, a critical success. So I was already going to give the first one disadvantage on its body save against becoming unconscious. So with that critical success, no save. You drop down, inject, and the woman who you drop down on just, hey, and collapses down. The other one, though, because that is going to be its moment of surprise, that action, I do need a speed check from you to see if you go before or after the merc gets to respond.
I think he's going to get to go first, because I definitely think, yeah, I failed that one. That's a 51.
All right. Then this guy has... Okay, yeah. In response to you dropping down and the one going unconscious, Sarah, what the turns and grabs a combat shotgun that was slung to his side, and just from the hip, is going to take a shot. That will be a success with a 36. Combat shotgun. Whew, good damage. Jesus. 23 points of damage, which I think is automatically a wound.
It is a wound, absolutely.
Okay. Jesus, I rolled 2 10s and a 9 on my 4d10s. That was insane. All right, let me check this wound. Could you roll me a d10, Cory?
4.
4, okay. The shotgun blasts a huge chunk of your midsection away, and the white milk-like fluids that power your system begin to just pump onto the ground. You have the bleeding 2 effect. So that means every round until that's patched up, you will take 2 more hit points worth of damage. But you now get to go and try.
Yeah, so I'm good. So I get blown off of her a little bit, and then I rush him and put my palm into his chin, and I'm going to try to trank him at point blank again.
Okay, make me that combat roll.
Oh, that is absolutely a fail. That is a 70, I believe.
Incredible. I'm so happy by this. I'm sorry, you'll see why. So, that is a stress point. So, you come up to try to stab again, and this merc with the combat shotgun just bashes your forearm away, blocking your strike, and kicks you in the chest, sending you slumping up against the wall where the blood continues to just drip on the ground next to you. And as he levels his shotgun at you again, there is the sound of a very high-pitched, pained, tortured scream from right down the hallway. The merc looks over his shoulder, just in time to turn his shotgun away from you, fire, and you see as the merc in front of you is torn apart by a terrifying, monstrous creature, a horrifying version of a human complete with jagged claws, long, writhing tentacles. But it looks melted, like if it were made entirely from wax and someone just heated it. Its body is dripping with a slick, slimy goo, the skin stretching and warping as it wraps around the head of this screaming Marine and just rips it off. And it drops the body. I need you to make a sanity save, please.
Sanity save.
Oh, y'all thought this was just normal Die Hard in Mothership?
Was hoping.
That is a absolute failure on my sanity save.
Fail. So given that, take a stress point, and I need a panic check in this moment.
Is Blue's ring doorbell showing all of this?
Blue, yes, absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
So you see this occur with no sound aside from the little dull version of it that makes it through your apartment walls.
I believe I pass. I have to roll under, right? This is the one
Under
where-
is a fail.
Yeah, I was talking about D20, and
Yes.
I rolled an 8 on a stress of 4.
So you
I
are fine.
passed. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you manage not to panic in this moment. But what do you do?
So it's right in front of me, right?
It's about 15 feet away. Yeah.
I take off running because unfortunately you did not activate my self-preservation skills. That was missed. So I am running while bleeding.
Okay. Where are you running to?
Is this a dead end hallway or is there
No.
an L?
So the hallway of the living quarters is one long hallway, but at one end is the atrium. At the other end is the commerce district. So you could get to any of the apartments, or you could go to those districts.
I'm heading. I'm heading towards. I assume he's going. You know what? Tactically speaking, if this whole kebab started in the atrium, correct? All this bullshit started towards the.
That's where the mercs had told people to gather. Yeah.
I'm heading towards the commerce section.
Okay, you start heading that way. Blue, as you see all this happening outside of your door, what do you do?
Initially, when he saw John drop down and take out one of the mercs, he was like, oh, well, I have to fucking get out there and help. Start moving stuff and goes to open the door, thinking to maybe grab him and pull him in.
Mm-hmm.
But as the door opens up, sees that thing at the same time John takes off, he's gonna chase after John, maybe.
Okay, I do want to give one quick moment here, and that is, John, given the fact that you would have been able to notice that door open slightly before you took off running, would you still take off running towards the commerce district?
If I knew that, it flies open, like just, and I spin and close the door, and because of my computer skills, I lock it and then perma-lock it. Where it is now, the system is now non-functional.
Absolutely. So, Blue, with this horrifying thing there, I do need from John, as you're running past it, I need a speed check to successfully get past this thing and into Blue's quarters.
I thought I was right outside of Blue's quarters.
You were, but it is near the door and has very long arms.
Gotcha, heard.
Did I shoot at it and give him advantage?
Oh, I made it. I don't even need it. I got a 10, motherfucker.
You can absolutely do so anyway.
Yeah.
So as you see John starting to take off that direction, you just send a little bit of covering fire. John, you duck in, shut the door, disable the ability to open it.
And I look at Blue and I was like, I probably won't keep it long. We should get into the vents. Also, I seem to have sustained systemic damage. Do you happen to have a medical equipment in here?
That's one thing. One way of putting it. Jesus, John. Do I have any medical equipment in my room?
You would have a med kit, I absolutely assume, given your job.
Okay. I'll take that and I'll start patching you up. You were in the fucking vents? How did you get up there?
Tink!
And in that moment, with the med kit being used right now, because being in a slightly secure location, not needing to make a roll for it, though come to think of it, I do need, after the fact, a sanity roll from Blue, because you saw that too.
Oh, sure.
But given the opening of the vents, it seems a fitting time now to cut back to the other 4 who stayed up in the vents and heard what happened below. And as you are hearing it, as you're hearing the gunshots, and as you hear this change, and you can hear the decapitation, I need fear saves from the 4 of you. And then I want to know what you are doing in that moment. Well, Lauren had an interesting reaction. What'd you roll, darling?
Failed by 1. My fear's a 47. I rolled 48.
Failed by 2, technically, if it makes you feel any better.
Oh, well, that's great.
Remember, stress point. Take that stress point.
Story of my life.
Everyone else, success, fail?
That would be a critical fail.
Critical fail, noted. Take a
66.
take a stress. Clover?
And then it's so for the fear, it's roll D100, and we're trying to make below our value, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I pass with a 3.
Ooh, good roll.
Nice.
Everett?
That's a damn good
Oh,
roll.
that's a 22 out of 15. That's a fail.
Another critical fail. So the
God,
the 2 fails are also critical fails. So both of you take a stress point, and then roll me a panic save, please.
Wait, me? Panic?
No, you didn't
Okay.
roll a critical
Oh,
fail.
thank goodness.
What's the panic?
D20 compared to your stress. It's unlikely that you hit it at this point, but we'll get there. Pass.
Oh, that's just barely.
Okay, but 2 passes are passes. So everyone who failed, you'll still take a stress point. And given whether you succeeded or failed, what are the 4 of you doing up here as all of this is happening below you?
From Gopher, the first thing you hear is just chewing gum with his mouth open very fast. There you go.
If anyone looks at me while I will make the kind of the mouth motions of.
What were those mouth motions of for those who are listening later?
What the fuck was that? Like I'm too scared to put volume onto it, so if anybody was looking at me, they saw me mouth it.
I am adjusting my glasses, slicking my hair back again, straightening myself up, and then just manically chewing on my titanium toothpick that I have, according to trinkets.
And then everyone, if you're looking, Cass, you can see the moment she finally just completely sobers up. And like all the noises, the panic, the mild fear, like it just completely sobers her instantly, and she moves forward to the vent, which would be near Everest. The vent near Everest, since Everest was following John.
Yes.
To kind of like look out and see what in the hell.
So you would, as you climb to where John dropped down just 30, 40 seconds before, and look down, you see a horrifying scene of blood. And you just catch the tail end of something moving out of your line of sight down the hall. But even what you see of it, a part of an arm and leg that are twisted and distended and melted looking and wet.
He takes a real good look at it, and like there's a visible shiver that kind of like runs through her. And she, as quietly as she can, just kind of grabs the vent and pulls it back up, closing it. So it doesn't look like an open vent anymore. Kind of looks over her shoulder, gives the shushing motion without making any noise, and crawls forward one more vent to the one that should look into Blue's room, she's hoping. One that's not looking into a hallway. And just kind of like peek through the grates to see, or even try to see if she can hear them.
So you have an interesting situation here with the way the vents are built in that branch. And so in order to get to Blue's vent, you would have to backtrack a bit, go down a different branch that goes with the hallways. Or you could drop down out of this vent and be at his front door.
Ooh. You said we had the two-way communication devices, right?
You do.
She's gonna... Yeah, she's not dumb. She's gonna pick it up. Blue, you there? Is talking through the device.
You hear this.
Oh shit, John, do you see where my walkie-talkie is?
It's on your bed, sir. It's on your bed.
Ah, thank you. Thanks, then. Goes, grabs it. Yeah, this is Blue. Over.
Oh, with this fucking over shit. The fuck are you, man?
I'm with John in my living quarters. Some fucked thing just happened right outside the door. Where are you? Over.
It in the vent in front of your front door, looking at whatever the fuck just happened there. Why the fuck is everything wet? Why is blood everywhere?
That's a good point, John. John, do you know what the fuck that was?
Unfortunately, I do not have any of the information required to answer that question. It does seem to be wearing the skin of a human being, so it might be an airborne infection, an alien presence. Either way, it is extremely dangerous and most likely hard to kill. I have currently opened the vents. You may have, what is this, Captain Breyer, or Sergeant Breyer? If you would like to backtrack into the vents, I would head back to where it branched off to where you went to the main system vents, and I will meet you in the ventilation system at that branch. Is that something that could be attainable?
I hate fucking androids. I hate fucking androids. I hate fucking androids.
It's covered in skin, human.
Shut up, newbie.
I could hear you muttering that you hate androids, by the way, and I take offense to that.
We're not with him.
Good, you fucking should. No, I'm not locking us in that goddamn room. Are you stupid?
I didn't say go to the room. I said meet us at the branch where the ventilation systems meet.
You should be nicer. It's Christmas.
Ah, fucking humbug. Where are you trying to get, man?
I don't know. You guys are the commanding officers. We just need to regroup is the only thing that I see needs to happen, Sergeant.
If you all wish to regroup in the vents, that is very easily done.
We dropping or regrouping?
I say we regroup in the vents.
Inside.
Trying to get to the commerce vents.
With the larger group backtracking and Blue and John heading into the vents to meet up at the intersection, let's go ahead and take our first break so people can refresh, do all those things. This is already a ton of fun and chaos, and I can't wait to see what happens from here. So don't go anywhere, friends. We'll be back. And we're back.
Sup, Grinches?
So, things on Hardlight Station aren't going great right now. The 6 of you, in various states of injury, some more to your ego perhaps than to your body, have regrouped in the vents. Now what?
Where do we go? What do we do?
Captain, Sergeant.
Ash, you take the lead on this one. I'm fucking taking one to the back.
What? Why the fuck? You outright. Fucking shitstorm. Well, we can go to the med bay or we can go to the commerce district. I don't know. What do you want? Got me talking like the damn android.
I've done no such thing.
I did not. It was a just.
Okay, we're currently in the vents over the living quarters, right? All right.
Kind of at a intersection, yeah.
Intersection. So I kind of talked to the rest of the group. Would it be worth it to try and make it to consults map? Would it be worth it to try and make it to the security administration and try to call for help before they take it, or you think they've already taken it?
Oh yeah.
Standard tactics would be that they would knock out comms first before the attack.
Yeah.
As you're having this conversation, below you, somewhere in the living quarters, you hear another scream.
I don't think we really need to worry about standard procedure because whatever the fuck is down there, it ain't human. It ain't following our rules.
We do have one advantage, if I might interject. It attacked one of their own, so it's here for neither of us. So they're the mercs that attack this station are just as much in the dark as we are, and so the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Oh, wait. Are you saying that that the mercs attacked, right? But we got something else running around here attacking them too?
Seems so.
So who the fuck? This is so way over my head. And he taps his hand on the gun. I have no real firearms training. Bad time to talk about that. Failed basic twice, and then they just put me on transpo. So someone's gonna have to show me how to use this and who to do it on, because I'm not paid for this.
You literally paid for this.
No! Ma'am. Cass. The fuck ever. I am just looking for a quick buck. Didn't want to go to call. Didn't want to fucking go. Didn't want to be on any front lines. I'm here because I wanted an easy paycheck. Not because
You
I wanted
fucked
to
up.
fight aliens. Well, fuck, ma'am. Yes, I did fuck up. Now, who are we fucking up? Because if I'm going out, buddy, I'm going out in a place of glory.
Mr. Gopher's history aside, I do strongly advise against a frontal assault. Do you want to survive this, Mr. Gopher?
Doesn't matter to me at this point. It doesn't sound to me much like anybody's gonna get out of here alive. But you know what? Aim me in a direction. I'll give it all. I'll give it all I got.
Quick question to you, Mr. James, sir. Mr. Clover James. Is this station equipped with escape pods? Escape vehicles of any kind?
There aren't really escape vehicles, so to speak. There are vehicles. There are ships in the docking bay.
Yeah,
Of
just the standard
variants.
stuff.
I have a radical idea. Captain, Sergeant, we are in a little bit of a predicament. What if they would have secured the escape vehicle, the mercenaries, they would have secured the escape vehicles, and they asked everyone to gather at the atrium, which could suggest that their entry point was most likely a breaching vehicle in the atrium. What if we take their vehicle and get out of here? Because they'll be preoccupied with whatever's currently attacking us and them.
Where are we gonna go?
Planet side, I would assume.
That sounds like a good idea, but there is one small wrinkle to it. If we take this craft out of the atrium and we run for it on our own, there's a very real chance that they will kill everybody else inside.
I'm pretty sure the alien will do that as well.
Sure.
So,
Watch.
was anyone paying attention when Lieutenant was talking? Anybody?
Yeah, I was
Was
paying
it?
attention, but you might want to fill in the rest.
Was
No,
that doing when the bang bang was going?
Yeah, they came in through the docks, and then told us all to go to the atrium when they
Yes.
cut her up. So why we don't? If you want to leave, we got to go to the docks. Fuck the atrium. That's where they're waiting for us.
All
Just to the
right.
docks.
You are the sergeant.
On that note, Clover, you would, as someone who spends a lot of your time in engineering, you know that there is actually a freight elevator that goes from engineering to the docks.
Yeah, there's a freight elevator. Yeah, if we could make it over to engineering, we could straight shot right over to the docks.
Absolutely, and I would assume that the ventilation system links up to engineering. It's an important part of engineering.
Indeed.
So let's make our way to engineering.
Okay, so engineering, and then reconvene there. Okay.
All right.
I would also, before we begin our journey to engineering, I would suggest to some of the less athletically inclined members of our group to be careful of how you move. We are in a ventilation system. Every hard step, if you will, echoes throughout the system, giving away our position. Tactically not a sound option, so please move lightly.
Sound option.
You seem so clever.
I seem to have that compunction at this moment.
As you all, with this new plan, begin to reorient yourselves through the knowledge of the general layout from Clover and from John, moving through the vents towards engineering. Doing so, however, given the state of everything, could I get a fear save from everybody, please?
Oh, I pass.
We're all at disadvantage, right? Because of the android.
Oh, yeah, that is the consequence of an android, isn't it? It's fear saves. There's
Sorry,
yep.
no, sorry.
Yep, everyone is at disadvantage because there's an android around.
I'm not. I passed.
There we go.
Ayo.
Stress point for you.
Fail.
Stress point for you.
Fail.
I passed barely.
Hell yeah.
No, when I say barely, my fear is a 31. I rolled an 11 and a 30.
Wow.
Yep.
Hard fail with an 85.
Wait, 11 and a 30?
Yeah, you said disadvantage, right? And we have to roll under
Oh,
our
I'm
fear
sorry. I
value?
thought, for some reason, I thought those were the two separate dice. And I was
Oh,
like,
no,
how,
no.
how did you roll an 11 on that? How'd that happen? Yeah, dang. All right, cool. So, those of you who failed, take your stress point, and just keep that in mind as you're moving through here. You begin navigating your way towards engineering, having to pass through more of the living quarters. As you pass over one of the vents, it takes you back the way you just were, where John dropped down in front of Blue's quarters. The body that is there, the beheaded form of this mercenary, as you move past this vent, it's steaming a little bit. And the flesh of this body starts to bubble.
Oh.
Something from underneath the now liquid skin moves. And pushing to its feet, skin still melting off of its form, clinging in some other areas in these globs. is a horrifying version of a human skeleton. The fingers longer, the jaws wide unnaturally with sharpened teeth that point forward viciously towards the front. And goes running down the hall. Everyone please make me a panic save.
Oh, nope.
I'm sorry, refresher was panic.
D20.
D20? That's what I thought.
D20, and we have to roll higher than our stress.
To succeed, yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, whew. Pass.
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 Got it?
Oh, pass. Oh, God, yes.
Pass and blue.
Pass.
Fail.
A fail for blue. What did you roll?
A 2.
This is not too bad. The stress is getting to you a little bit, so in addition to the 1 for failing the panic check, take 1 additional stress.
And then because I'm a Marine, whenever I panic,
Everyone around you needs to make a fear save, if memory serves.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage because the android. Love Mothership snowball effects. Shout them out if you pass or fail. Make note of any criticals.
I passed.
Pass.
Fail.
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 All right. Additional stress points for those of you that fail. As Blue, how does your panic, just minor nervousness, manifest? And how does it manifest in enough of a way to still stress out a few of the people around you?
I would say Blue almost, he's looking through the air vent grate down at this thing, and he freezes, doesn't breathe, doesn't blink, and after a couple seconds he starts to like shuffle backwards away from it, almost back the way they came, and is just like, not this fucking close to retirement, not this close, this close.
I'm down there. And he like the android making this, and so why everybody else fails is the android making this like hand like the most uncomfortable. It's like, there, old timer. We're not guaranteed to survive. No one is, even if this wasn't happening.
You know, you really don't help, John.
I apologize. And he continues to walk on or crawl on as if nothing happened.
You all continue heading towards engineering, and eventually the familiar, at least to you, Clover, the familiar hum of the reactor becomes audible, and so you know that you're approaching. There are several different vents here around engineering that you could drop down into. You managed to find one that is near some stacked supplies, so you all wouldn't have to drop down too far. Would you all want to do anything before exiting down into engineering through the vents? Everett?
Bioscanner.
Oh, you have a bioscanner.
I do. That's why I said I was grabbing my stuff as we left.
Mm-hmm.
Bioscanner was one of my loadouts. So
All right.
I will beat, boop, beat, press buttons. I'm assuming I would know the difference between android being artificial intelligence scientist and human.
It's a little tough to distinguish on the simplistic bioscanner, but potentially. So as you look at your bioscanner, you of course see the indications of you and the people with you in the vents. It has about a 60, 80-foot range. You get one other ping.
a ping? Is it moving? Is it?
Well, there's one other that you can see. It looks like down in the engineering area within 60 feet of you. Yeah, moving.
I was gonna say erratically, but no, it's just doing that blip. So yeah. I wouldn't be able to tell. I'm gonna
allow me
show it to John, and just again, like rudely, just look.
I understand. Sergeant, Captain, allow me to act as a decoy for both of you. And I am going to be the only one. I'm going to very quietly drop out of the vent and close it.
You don't want to go alone?
We should let him go alone. Yeah.
If it want, fuck it. Just let him be. He can't do what he wants. Fuck androids.
I'm gonna turn on my comm in my ear so they can hear me talk, and then I'm gonna under my breath and it's like, I really don't deserve the hate that you point at me.
Okay, so as you drop down into engineering, you find a little place to duck and hide and scan the area. You notice 3 mercenaries in here that are looking around. You're not quite sure what they're looking for in this moment, checking behind different things, talking to each other.
I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna straighten up. Greetings. Are you some of the mercenaries that are taking over? I'm a hospitality android here to satisfy all your needs. Would you like me to get you a alcoholic beverage to make your stay that much more enjoyable?
All of the mercs turn your direction, and one of them, who has a lollipop in his mouth, like changes it from one side to the other. What in the absolute fuck? Are you one of the service androids here?
That I am, and I'm here to service you any alcoholic beverage that you might require.
Yeah, go to the atrium.
Unfortunately, I do not know the atrium. I was not programmed with a schematic. Could you please, it's hard to hear you from down here. Could you please approach me and instruct me on where the atrium is?
A second one of the mercenaries steps forward and just like slaps the top of his SMG. Why the fuck are we wasting time with an android? And just levels it at your head and goes to fire.
No. Don't be mean to him. He's our butler.
That's what he would do.
He's our butler.
Jeeves alone. Our Jeeves.
That's hard.
Not it's what he would do.
It's what he would do.
What my character would do, okay?
For 9 damage as you are hit in the shoulder.
That series of events is ill-advised. There is a creature on the loose that is attacking your kind along with the original crew of the station. You have now injured your only point of information. That seems ill-advised.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, did you not know? Some of your comrades were mercilessly torn apart and then melted like candles.
They exchange glances and like grab their communications device and like turn away and start muttering into it a little bit. And just 30 or so seconds later, when the one with the lollipop turns back around, tell us everything you fucking know about it.
I will, though I will need guarantees that you will not injure my current situation any farther. And also, I happen to be bleeding. And I'm going to walk up to them with a chipper, sort of like with still in my like best customer service. And which one is the one that's been talking to me, seeming like the leader?
The one with the lollipop doesn't seem like the leader. The one who stepped forward and shot you, definitely. The others deferred to that judgment.
And I'm gonna walk up to him, and I'm going to lean, like, with my hands behind my back, I'm gonna lean into him and be like, I will tell this part to you in private, as to not seemingly upset your easily agitated comrade, seemingly that you are the leader. And I'm going to lean in and then immediately jam my hand into his throat and trank him.
As this is happening, I want to know what everyone else still in the vents is doing as you watch these events unfold. So we just flash back about 30 seconds here as you see John get shot.
Does the scanner go off with more pings now that, or are they just outside the radius of the scanner?
They were just a little outside the radius of it.
Okay. Fuck.
All right. So we're not able to peep through the vent and see the interaction.
No,
we can only hear.
You can see. No, you can see this.
We can
Absolutely.
see it. Okay.
100%.
All right. Would it be possible to see if there are any vents that would come out behind them, like behind the guys?
Absolutely, absolutely, there are.
Okay, and I'd like to think I'd know this already. So I look over at Cass, and I was kind of just in some attempt at silence, like kind of like point to this vent that John just went down. And then I look over at like one of the other vents and I kind of like point over to that and I try to kind of fake like I'm, like get the drop on them or something like that. I'm trying to like mimic or charades that out to Cass.
3 words.
Right.
Yeah.
Gopher is watching this whole thing.
Cass. Oh. Cass is just gonna let this huge like sigh out, like fucking androids just doing whatever the fuck they want, and
He's trying to help us.
shut the fuck up,
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
and crawls forward to the vent that she was pointed at, and kind of just follows like Clover's fingers, gets over there, and is gonna try and as quietly as she can open the vent up.
Gopher's up your ass when you do this, because he sees you're the one taking action, and he's right on your tail with you. He's looking for as he's crawling, he's looking to see if there's a safety on his gun. He's never held this gun before. He doesn't know. It's his roommates. So, and he's I got your back.
Ma'am, you've got a gopher in your ass.
What kind of game?
You're the only one who hasn't given me a drink yet, god damn it!
The chat was clearly told this is 18 and up.
Yep, that was
Have me a
explicitly
goddamn
stated.
drink first. At least everyone else got me drunk. Damn.
He's wearing a butt plug shirt. What did you want from him?
Alcohol.
Fair point. There was warning, I feel like.
There was warning. Cass is just gonna roll her eyes, grab the gun from him real fast, flick the safety off, hand it back. Don't point that bitch at me or at the fucking android. Point it at them.
Got it.
And shoot what you want to kill.
From this thing, right? He points to the trigger. I've only played it online. I'm really good online, though. My KO is great.
Yeah. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire it.
Okay, got it. I got your back. I won't let you down, probably.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh, I'm
we're
gonna
be fine.
fucking die.
It's probably
Oh,
fine.
This
We're-
kid's gonna fucking kill
We're
me.
good. We got this. We got this.
You wave that thing near me one more time, and I swear to God, kid, that butt plug is going somewhere you really don't want it to go.
Do you want some nicotine gum? He pops himself another one.
Pops him a new
Yeah.
one, gives him the old one. What?
At this point, it's the... God, I wish I had a fucking drink.
Yep. Got it.
The logic of like, here's this one, puts a new one.
If it's an old one, she's just gonna take it and just like put it on the top of the vent.
When you turn the other way, he takes it down and he combines it with his first piece, so it's an extra big piece.
Waste not, want not.
If it was a new one, she would have chewed it, but goddamn.
Gotta get the fix. Gotta get the fix.
That gave me a stomach ache.
So were you all heading that same direction? Was that the plan?
I think it's just the two of us.
Okay, just the
No.
two of you.
I am no fighter.
And so which direction are the remaining two going to be heading? Are you staying here, going elsewhere?
Okay, so I'll leave to them to kind of try to handle that. I'd like to think I know where my locker is with my gear,
Absolutely.
and I'm gonna start heading towards that.
Okay. Are you trying to get out of the vent first and then sneakily make your way to it, or trying to climb to a different vent?
Get to a different vent and drop down as close as possible to the locker.
Okay, yeah, no
Or
problem.
he does.
Okay.
Is that where the blip is?
The blip, you can figure, was one of the Marines who was
Oh,
within
okay.
range, and the
thought it
others
was-
just weren't.
Gotcha. I was imagining it was like off to the side, kind of.
No.
On
It
him
was
walking
you
into
were
something.
just only able
Yeah.
to detect one of them at that moment.
Yeah,
but
so
good
I'm
looking out.
following him on
Good
that.
looking out.
I'm helping him track as we go to make sure there's nothing. And just giving him the thumbs up every little bit. Just
Nice.
And blue.
Out of the vent that John left us, he's got his shotgun just kind of like peeking through, aimed at one of the guys.
Got it. So then, as this was all happening, as in the background we see John walking up to the mercenary and trying to jam the trank again. Make me that combat roll, please, John.
Ah, yeah, let's do this thing. Oh, hell yeah, 22, motherfucker!
22, so has to make a body save or go unconscious. 77 is a critical fail.
Hell yeah!
That man dropped like a stone.
So, this individual has a very negative reaction to the trank serum, and as you jam into the throat, starts to foam at the mouth a little bit and collapses to the ground.
I don't think he liked what I had to say. And I look at the other two and immediately just tackle the next one. I'm not willing to waste my third trank on him. And I just tackle one.
The other two are going to get their attempt to shoot you first, though. In response to that, ooh, first, or they only get one roll. With an 81, you are able to dive out of the way as one of them levels a machine gun at you and fires right behind you, and the one with the lollipop was struggling to get off of his back, but then spins around a flamethrower. And so as this all starts going down, what's everyone else doing?
Are we over there yet? Do we drop?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you all
I'm-
have, yeah,
guys,
you've
is-
dropped down.
How? Well, I mean, we're not that far, I would assume, from.
From them,
Yeah,
about 60 feet.
in front or behind. Like,
You
'cause-
you went to drop down behind them, correct?
Okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that we actually.
Yeah.
So we're behind them. They don't see us.
Yeah, though things are getting a little chaotic right now in terms of whereas in front and behind, as there's like tackling and shooting. So people are moving around. So given all that, what would everyone else like to do? Because continue.
Is there any heavy equipment in here near them?
Sure, what are you looking for?
Has some kind of lift or something to essentially like drop on them?
Sure, yeah. There's absolutely a crane style machine here that never got a crate dropped down and was just left holding it, totally in line with codes. And yeah,
That's
you
legit.
see that.
OSHA.
OSHA in space.
I think humanity got
It's
all the
OSHA.
way to space like that
OSHA.
following OSHA? No way.
You're right.
Yeah. So I have a proficiency, I have trained skill in industrial equipment. Would I know the weak spot to maybe take a shot to try and just...
Of course you would.
There we
Yeah,
go.
you'd know where to shoot. Whether you can do it or not, that's a different
That's a
question.
different story, but you know, we gonna hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta
So
hope.
that's what you're going for? Is
I am trying to drop this-
wait for a moment to drop this crate onto one of the mercs.
I'm hoping it's the one with the flamethrower, but yeah, any of them at this point. I want to drop a giant ass crate on their head
Okay.
because fuck it.
Gopher?
The moment Gopher drops out, the moment he is going to immediately look at Cass, log what she's doing, see that she's focusing on something else, and address the situation in front of him. He's going to, you see his finger kind of seize over the trigger. And without thinking, he immediately grabs at both hands and he jumps onto this guy's back and tries to choke him out like the machine gun.
So you're going to run forward and try to choke out one of the Marines.
Because he
Or
figures that he's going to melt our android and we can't have that.
Okay, so that'll be what you do. What's everyone else doing?
So I'm still making my way over to find my gear.
So you are running over. You will be getting to your locker and grabbing your gear. You can absolutely do that this turn, no problem. What all are you grabbing from in there?
Okay, so I'm actually... Yeah, we're getting most of this gear out. Okay, first and foremost, my trinket, the brass knuckles. I don't know how. Those are going in the pocket. I've got my 3-patch kits, laser cutter, plus extra battery, and the vac suit. Now, the vac suit, I'm assuming when you're not wearing it, it could like neatly fold up into like a backpack or something like that, right?
Not that neatly. I mean, it's going to be a bulky thing, but yeah, it's like a backpack.
It's like a
essentially,
backpack
that
or
you
a
would
duffel
carry
bag,
around.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna carry all my gear with me because I'm presuming that once we get down into engineering, we're no longer gonna be crawling through vents. We can walk hallways, not highways, and lifts and everything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all my gear and we'll cross that bridge. We get to it as far as going back to the vents.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so that's what you're doing? Yep.
I'm looking for tooling because we're in an engineering place. I'm looking for tooling to pop open up panels to be able to hack stuff easier.
Absolutely.
Like a quick toolkit, basically. Nothing crazy, just like screwdrivers or something to pop a panel off easily.
Yeah, there are rows of lockers. In fact, you see Clover running to one of them. And there's general storage there as well. So you run the same direction.
Oh, cool.
And
I'll just ask Clover as I'm going through. Hey,
Yeah.
who's again rudely because he's I got a degree. That's how I imagine people degrees act.
yeah, that's what we're like.
Rudely, I'll just be. Hey, who's got gear? I need gear right now in order to pull open. Tools to pull open panels so I can hack things.
All right. So when he does
No, go ahead.
go ahead. Okay, so when he does that, I like, hold on. You don't just go into man's tools like that. So what I do instead of putting him to a locker, there's actually there's like a regular toolbox for like general use.
Absolutely.
Like those are the general use tools. Have at them.
Cool. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
And is there anything? It's engineering department. I know our android's fucked up. Is there anything like duct tape I can wrap this buddy up with or something?
Yeah,
Oh, sure. For like,
use.
absolutely. Yeah, there's duct tape. You can grab all that stuff.
I'm
So
looking to keep the android alive. That's keeping us alive right now. So
I love that. So you'll be grabbing that. And I believe that just leaves Blue.
Blue originally was trained on the lollipop guy, but as soon as things kicked off and he pulled out a flamethrower, he's like, I'm not going to shoot that, and aims towards the other guy. But then Gopher jumps on his back and he's like, I'm not shooting at that guy, so he's going to kick the panel open and jump out.
Okay, got it. You drop down. And from John, you said you were going to tackle the other guy. Are you trying to do anything else if you successfully tackle him? Would you be trying to shoot or stab? What would you be doing?
So, as soon as the flamethrower comes around, I'm now prioritizing the flamethrower.
Okay.
And so I'm actually going to, so I tackled him. I'm going to put my leg down to catch myself from hitting the floor. He's probably going to be prone for just a second or two. And I'm actually going to launch myself at the flamethrower now And what? So it's like I tackle him, I heal, and now I'm gonna try to push the barrel up to keep it from flaming everything else around it. And I'm an android. Do androids feel pain?
Let's say no.
Okay. I looked up. So what I was looking at on my phone while we were doing this was I was looking at what the flamethrower looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like a standard flamethrower where it has a little nozzle that faces in front of, and that's where the light comes from. I'm going to grab that and try to snap it off.
Ooh, okay. Got it. All right, then. So if memory serves, then I need 3 combat rolls. I need those from Cass, John, and Gopher, please. The rest of you, what you were doing required no rolls. Just able to do it.
Which role was this?
Combat.
That's what I thought.
If you have anything relevant, hand-to-hand training, firearms, military training, feel free to add that.
Is this supposed to be under or
Under to succeed.
So
But I have the thing that says plus 10 on here, so does that...
That's already been added in
Got it,
when
got it,
you
got it, got it,
made
got
your
it.
character, ideally.
Correct. Just checking.
At least you should have.
Yes.
Okay.
critical success.
Critical success.
Rolled a
Okay.
44. I needed to be under a 47.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. John?
My combat is a 38. I rolled a 37.
As high as you could have. Love it. And
Yeah, I knew. I was like, don't let my luck run out today. Don't let it run out.
it's a good time to have it. Gopher, what about you?
I also rolled a 37, which is under. I succeed.
Hey, 3 successes. Very nice. So, let's see. You were... Gopher, you were jumping on the back of which one of the 2 that is still up? The one with the flamethrower or the one with the SMG?
It would have been the one with the flamethrower. There's one on the SMGs on the ground.
There were 2 with SMGs. So yeah, one that's still standing has an SMG as well.
Okay. Then who's unconscious? Which one of them's unconscious?
There were 3.
Oh,
There were 3. 2 had SMGs. 1 had a flamethrower. One of the people with SMGs is not going to be joining us for the remainder of their life.
Gotcha.
So, Gopher, which were you going for?
I was going for the flamethrower one.
Flamethrower. Okay. So, yes, you managed to jump on using your firearm to wrench back his neck just as John comes up, grabs the tip of the flamethrower and breaks it off, throwing it to the ground. And Cass, you were doing what again?
There was a box hanging above one of them that I was trying to drop on its head.
Well, now there's the complication of...
But all of my teammates went for
yeah.
the same guy, so they're going to eat the repercussions of me making
Well, you
that.
don't have to finish dropping it. I see, Cory?
Whenever you get a chance, tell me the damage I take for touching something that's on fire, basically.
Oh, fair. 1. For just your hand, just 1.
Gotcha.
But, so given this change of events, Cass, you might not still want to pull this one. However, because you succeeded that combat roll, you are able to, if you want, move the crane just a little bit where the
Drop it on the other ass hat?
Yeah, you might
Yeah.
be able to.
Yeah, let's try that.
So you like start moving it that direction just as the other merc is coming up behind the grapple happening around the guy with the flamethrower, about to quite easily just pot shot your 2 companions as they're distracted. And as they go to pull the trigger, you press the release, and we have that moment of from above seeing the merc go, huh? Splats down on top, gone, dead.
And they told me I shouldn't watch old cartoons.
Can learn something from old cartoons, right?
Always.
All right. We still have the one merc who is standing. What's everyone doing now? as there's still this wrestling match with the flamethrower, and the merc goes and grabs a combat knife that's on his hip, unsheathes it. What's everyone doing?
Now, that is the one that is wrestling with John that you just said pulled out a knife?
Yes, John and Gopher. Sorry, I was about to say
Gopher,
Squirrel.
they're both on the same guy.
Yep. One,
Okay.
John on the flamethrower, Gopher behind, like, on the back of the merc, choking out.
Fucking trank pistol.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what I got.
You go to shoot into the melee. What about everyone else?
I'm putting on my brass knuckles and I'm going towards it. I'm going
Yeah.
towards it.
Nice.
I'll let you go
Okay.
first on that one.
I love that. Absolutely. Rest of you,
Right, what's the stats?
including those of you in the melee. You don't have to keep doing what you're doing. You can do something different.
So I've grabbed it. I snapped this off. That effectively has made the flamethrower. And you're going to see John slump down and land on top of the guy that was unconscious. And he's just like he's given what he can in this. And he's actually going to slam against the wall and kind of just land on top of this dude. And that's where he's at right now.
Nice. As I see this, since you are at the other end of this particular gentleman and I am on his back, I have now pulled him back with my gun, and at this point he kind of doesn't really know what he's going to do, so he's going to let the gun slide to the ground. Is it possible for him to reach into his belt and pull out his Bowie knife
Absolutely.
for cutting cords and shit, and he's going to get him in the neck?
Ooh. God.
Absolutely.
Right in the
All
neck hole.
Mm.
I was looking feverishly for damage on this thing, and I cannot find it.
So it's because the damage is the same as a scalpel.
Scalpel?
It's just
Okay.
rolled with advantage.
Okay,
So it's
I kinda
1d5
figured.
rolled with advantage.
Would it be the same as a penknife?
But we still have to finish here and whatever everyone else is doing first.
Cheers.
So, anyone else doing anything here?
Cass is just
Love the penknife. Will
having
live in infamy.
penknife forever. Cass is gonna pull out her SMG and just level it to cover Gopher, but not take a shot right now because Gopher is way too close. Aim for the biggest target! Is all she's gonna scream at him.
Lou is going to try and re-aim at Chaos and see there's just too many friendlies in the target zone, so he is going to backpedal and go find the door and try and secure it and lock it. The door to the engineering bay.
Okay, yeah. Anyone else? Okay. Oh, yeah.
If everyone's got everybody else covered, I see John has now gone bleh. Could I quickly go up to him and start trying to tape and
Absolutely.
stop bleeding or anything?
Absolutely.
And just be like, Android, I need you alive to get out of here. Fucking the station. I need you alive. John, wake up. Come on.
So you
Back
begin
back to me.
taping.
Yep.
And Clover, you were walking over into the melee, I believe, with your brass knuckles, yeah.
Right. I was about to, but then I saw Cass pull a gun. So I just stopped like, yeah, I am not taking brass knuckles to a gunfight.
Fair enough. In that case, I think the only combat roll in this moment that we need is from Gopher, unless, Cass, you are actually planning on trying to shoot at the merc.
Not at this exact second.
Okay,
right now
cool.
it's just for cover.
Absolutely. Then
The
combat.
tides change, different story.
Absolutely.
Then what do you need from me?
Combat roll, please.
Okay, thank you so much.
If you
That's
have relevant skills like combat training,
Yep, I do.
you can add that to your score, your value that you have to roll under.
Well, fuck. 49, and I got a 51.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yikes, skadoodly.
So,
Fart.
as you go
Fart.
to stab, this merc grabs your wrist and with the knife that he just drew comes to try to stab at you.
He makes that sound.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
Super high pitched voice cracks and everything.
19 will definitely succeed
110%.
for 5 damage. Shunk, stabbing into you.
Okay.
As there is just this knife brawl going on down here. Is anyone else doing anything?
As we're just watching this fucking prison knife fight.
Gotta do this
Feral
alone.
monkey child on the back of this guy.
Stab, 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 stab.
Would it take too much time to, as I'm patched up the droid, to hand him the trank pistol ammo I have?
Oh, sure.
Since
You
I
can
know
absolutely
he's got
do
that in him?
Absolutely.
Cool. I am restocking you with trank ammo. I believe I have 3.
And one
Perfect.
thing I forgot to mention, Gopher, that failed combat roll, that is a stress point.
Oh, yeah, should be. He to be fair, he's never stabbed anyone before. So.
I'm not faulting him. This is stressful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you transfer that over. What else is everyone doing in this moment?
At that moment, John is going to come back online for a split second, look over at Gopher. He's going to, very Astro Boy-esque, instead of his palm, transfer to his finger and shoot one at the guy aiming to trank him.
Let's do it. So that'll be a combat roll. What about everyone else in this moment? Yeah, Cass.
That is a fucking fail.
Well,
no.
hold on to that. So that's a stress point. We know your result. So Cass.
Seeing that tide turn and freaking Gopher not stab through somebody's neck, because we went through the neck, not for the
I'm
torso.
sorry.
So the largest part. Cass is gonna immediately take a shot
Okay.
at the one attacking Gopher.
Okay. Everyone else? You don't have to do anything in this moment if you're still doing what you were doing, with Blue securing the door, making sure the engineering section is locked down.
In hopes that they are handling the situation, I'm going to go and start checking out the lift that we're supposed to be using to get to the docks.
Absolutely. You go make sure that is operational, so you'll be heading that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then those of you who are going to be attacking, we already know the result of one, but I know I need 2 other combat rolls there, please. If you fail, remember that's a stress point.
Succeed.
Succeed, okay. And we know 1 fail. What about Gopher?
Oh wait, it's supposed to be that's an 80. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not good
Yeah,
in
that's
this game.
bad.
That's
That's
usually
we don't
bad.
like that at all. So not negative. Good.
So that is a fail in
Oh, thank you kindly. May I have another?
that one. But
Had that stress be stacking.
yeah, remember those stress
That's
points.
pretty bad.
But we do have one bit of damage to resolve here from Cass. So that was your SMG, yeah?
Yep, so that was
2d10.
2d10.
Yep.
So I actually rolled very well. So that's 14. I rolled 2 7s.
14. You manage to shoot right in the neck of this merc who just falls down to the ground.
Is he dead?
Master's just gonna walk up and like kick it. Kick the body.
Still gurgling a little
Rolls it
bit,
off.
but not for long.
Not yet. Will be soon.
John walks up to the body and then just puts his hand over the mouth and nose.
Sleep tonight.
Nothing.
There will only be dreams.
Their radios and whatnot. I'm assuming they have their own communications. Warden?
That's
Oh, yeah, they absolutely do.
Cool. I'm
That
taking
isn't-
that and trying to do hickety hack things to them and show it to our engineer as well, because I can hack, but mechanical side as well of like trying to make sure we can listen in on their things.
As Everett starts... Oh, please, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I will support him in that. Yes.
Yeah.
So as the two of you start
just-
to collect their radios, all of you are able to hear, though it's distant, the sound of crashing glass and panicked, terrified screams. Dozens of them. Coming roughly from the direction of the atrium.
Gopher, laying on the floor, hears this. He just, as his hand is shaking, he goes to his, he's wearing cargo pants. He goes to his cargo pants and he pulls out a cigarette and a piece of nicotine gum and pops them both, but lays completely flat on the ground. Now what?
I believe that we should probably hurry up our timetable. I've
Yeah.
seemed to have suffered quite a bit of damage.
I spin you around and I flip them back open and I try to repair anything. And asking him, because he's talking of like, hey, John, what's damaged? Talk to me, quickly.
All systems have sustained critical damage.
So you said a lot of crashing glass and people screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be familiar enough to know if like the atrium has like large overhead, like are there like just large windows in the atrium?
There are a lot of glass sculptures in the atrium. The atrium does have a dome, but it is, while made of a clear substance, it's not glass. Let's be real, what the exterior of a station would be. But there is, in the atrium itself, tons of glass from different windows, doors, sculptures, things like that.
Okay. Because I was running through my head, I'm like, has the atrium's like seal been compromised or something? And are we about to?
Had it been that, you think there probably would be more general alarms going right now if it were something like that. But
okay.
Not to mention, scientifically speaking, we probably wouldn't have heard the screams because they'd have been sucked out into the void, right?
Yeah, I know, but movie.
There's a PA system.
yeah, just for them. Just for them.
Movie logic.
It would have been
The whole planet. Built in, piped in.
All right.
just.
I will also say, Clover, that since you were heading over to check out the freight elevator, it seems to be in working order.
Okay. All right.
And Gopher?
Do our stim packs work on androids?
Yes.
I will then get out once I sit up and his nicotine gum has gotten soft and the cherry on the end of his cigarette's nice and red. He's going to pull out from his cargo pocket one of his little stim packs. I was going to use this later for little silver balls, if you know what I'm saying, but you can use it. And he's going to toss it onto you, my android friend.
What does stim packs do again? I forgot what they do in this.
Stim packs, where are you?
Doesn't it give you like temp HP
It
or
does
something like that?
several things, so I always have to
Right,
look
like
it up.
it gives HP but does not
There
heal
we go.
wounds or something.
It
like that.
reduces stress by
It's a
1.
full restore.
Reduces stress by 1, restores 1d10 health, grants advantage on all rolls for the next 1d10 minutes. But after a certain point, you can risk ODing.
All right,
That's why I only keep one of me.
Got that, and I have advantage for 2 minutes.
Super helpful.
Mr. Gopher, I absolutely appreciate this. And it's like the most human you've seen him the whole night.
Better you than me, man. You got this. Pick up the old tin can and get to walking.
I'm assuming you slapped me on the shoulder,
I did.
and it was wet. It was so wet. It's like
Ooh.
After securing the door, he is going to head over to where the fight was and go to the first merc that was tranked. Are they wearing anything that would count for armor that might fit me?
They have very basic gear on. It would be the equivalent of 2 armor points.
Could I steal that?
Yeah,
'Cause I have
absolutely.
0 armor points.
And if memory serves, one of them is simply tranked. Oh no, died.
He had an
Yep,
allergic
yep,
reaction,
died.
so he died too.
They're all dead. So yes, you can absolutely, off of the 2 that haven't been squished, if someone wanted to get some basic armor, you could.
Okay.
Sweet.
Blue will do that, and then also loot the bodies. He wants more guns.
Yep. There is a broken flamethrower and a crushed, unavailable SMG and 1 functioning SMG. So that's all you're able to really retrieve. And as this is happening, Cass, I see you. So you go ahead and go first, and then I'll jump back in.
I was just gonna say, freaking Gopher dropped the SMG in the middle of that fight, so Cass is gonna go over and retrieve
Machine
it for him, and walk over and give it back and go, next time, use this, kid. You're gonna need it. But you did good.
Thanks, boss. Cass?
Not your
Ma'am?
just Cass, man.
Bro. This is so much.
Look, there you go. Fucking, it's that hard, man.
So John is going to rise as if nothing is wrong with him, even though there's like blood, his fluid leaking off of him, and like he looks like a patchwork nightmare. He's going to pick up the flamethrower. In his hand is the piece that he ripped off, and he's going to walk up to Mr. James, sir.
Yeah, what's going on?
I believe a man with your talents and skills could make use of this. And he hands the flamethrower and the broken off piece, which for an engineer would be so easy to repair. Instantaneous.
You're not wrong. I could fix this up, and I don't really have a weapon. Okay, so I do have like a little bit of a space issue at this point. So I take the vac suit off. It's like duffel bagged up or whatever. Or does someone else want to carry the duffel bag, or can we carry the vac suit, or does someone want this flamethrower?
I'll do anything for you. Anything.
I give him the vac suit.
Smart. Okay, and he's holding a vac suit out like this, and then
Yeah,
a
it's
machine gun very awkwardly in the other hand. We're gonna fuck it up.
I just get the feeling we're gonna need that suit. Someone needs to carry the suit. So I'll rock the flamethrower for now.
So, here's what I'm going to need. I need an intellect check from you, Clover, to repair this. You are under stress. This isn't your normal day at work. And if you have anything
Thankfully,
relevant...
only 3. Huh? Industrial equipment and jury rigging.
I'll go with jury rigging.
Okay. Well, actually, okay, yep, jury rigging. So that is an additional 10. No, when you have a relevant train skill. Oh yeah,
Yep,
plus 10.
plus
I
10.
see it. All right, so that means for 55. Okay, 40.
Success.
Yes.
It does take a little bit of time. So we see Clover working here on this. And with the 2 functioning comms remaining, you hear, Arlo? Arlo, check in.
The android walks over to the radio, and all you hear is a perfect, because I took linguistics and psychology, the checking in. Like, it sounds exactly like the other guy, the leader. This is Arlo checking in.
There's a long pause. That's Uli. Who are you? Look, it doesn't actually matter that much to me who you are. I don't know who you are, but I know you aren't one of those things. So, I'm prepared to offer you all a deal. By now you've certainly seen, I would imagine, the things that are out there. That's why we're here. Help us capture one of those things. Return it to our ship. And we will guarantee you protected passage off of this blighted ship to the nearest convenient port of your choosing. Unharmed, well taken care of. What's the downside here for you?
I'm going to use psychology to know if I'm being lied to.
Ooh, okay. Make me an intellect check. And add psychology.
In the background, Blue is just like, ask about a pension. Do they have a pension?
Oh, that's a success without even the add of psychology. That's a 46 on a 51 intellect.
Smarty.
And that I would have been a bonus of 15. So.
You don't pick up any thing that makes you immediately on alert that the individual is deceiving you. Seems fairly genuine. None of the usual linguistic tics you would look for.
Saying I believe you, and saying that everyone involved, all parties involved, is acting on good faith. I do have the semblance of a plan. I do have a question for you. As a show of good faith, do you have any intel on what exactly we're dealing with and where they currently reside?
If you don't know, it's really not going to help you to know now. Suffice it to say, this station that you work on, I assume, rents out its facilities to the highest bidders, including some fairly sketchy corporations, such as Nakatomi Solutions. Whatever this is, it's been right beneath your feet this whole time. So, are you getting out of here alive, or not?
We will report back within the hour. If you do not hear from us, just assume that we have failed in our endeavor, and we are dead.
Fair enough. If you succeed, come to the docking bay. You'll have a free ride on the breaker. Nothing funny now.
Go on, tell them to stop shooting at us.
Easily done. But, if I have any indication that you are double-crossing me, I will make sure you don't leave here alive. Please believe that. But, hopefully, won't have to cross that bridge. See you in the docking bay in an hour.
It seems that we are heading to our death if we head down to the docking bay. That seems to be where they are currently docked.
Well, what do they want? What do they want with the guy that's the thing that's eating their dudes? Like, what are they going to do with that? Why do they want us to do it?
I have a plan. Or an idea of one. If anybody has any better suggestions, this would be the time.
Can't really know if it's better if you don't tell us what you got.
Here's my plan. I would like to give all of you the highest probability of survival, for you to return to the vents, and I would like to be able to borrow one of the SMGs. I will lure one of these creatures into the elevator, into the service elevator. And then our resident engineer here will stop the elevator halfway down in the shaft, effectively trapping the creature in the elevator shaft. And these are industrial elevators, so they are reinforced due to the nature of the load that they carry and what they are doing, and that they get so close to the exterior of the ship, I assume, or the station. So it will be a relatively secure holding facility. I will attempt in my last throes of my life to tranquilize it if it is capable of being tranquilized.
Wait. Guys, and he looks around and he adjusts the light up garland around his neck. We can't let you sacrifice yourself for us. I could ride on the top and unlock the hatch and pull you up out.
You run the risk of allowing the thing to escape and then mauling you to death as well.
Holy fuck. Okay, you can... Yeah, we're good.
And here's the reason why I think this is a good plan. If I'm unsuccessful of tranquilizing this creature, when it reaches the bottom, we will unleash this creature upon all of them, effectively probably killing them all. If I succeed, we give them their creature, they radio back, and everyone gets to walk away from this alive.
And Everett, you were wanting to jump in as well?
For this, because its time has been going on, is there a way for me to program more into John?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
It's just
You can either change both of the words, or you can add a third.
add a third.
Is that okay with you, Cory? Does that sound like a fun prompt?
He's like,
Okay.
this is quick.
Yeah, sorry. I don't mean to be like jumping right over you, Cory. It's just I was asking.
I'm just always
Warden
getting
how
confirmation
much
from the
time we
player.
had. This one, because I've chosen the other two, I'm just gonna go. John, focus. What other setting do you need to accomplish said plan so we can get out of here alive? You are restricted. I can either add something or take something away and replace it.
It's like asking ChatGPT how to program itself.
That's exactly how I'm approaching this.
I want to make a picture of a mountain. How do I make a picture of a mountain?
What prompt do you need?
What period is the code missing?
Program, add a new one. Type in
Okay.
Cass Briar.
Oh snap!
The boss?
That's so cool.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at you questionably and just be like,
Oh snap! It's finna
I
get
turn him
wicked.
around. I turn him around and I hit a few hidden flesh switches. Like,
Oh, never use
Don't call it
that
a
phrase
flesh switch,
again.
babe.
Flesh switch. Ugh.
I like
You're welcome.
it. I'm only gonna
Merry
use it.
Christmas. It's my gift to you.
Normally,
Flesh
I'm the one that's
switch.
saying things like that.
And I'm going to start going back in there and I'm going to find like underneath options under other and see like AI prompt, self prompt. And I'm just going to be like, I never programmed this. What the fuck is that? And I'm going to hit it and then just step back. And I'm like, does anybody know what that means? I don't know. John?
I don't think
Come on.
anyone else is even paying attention to you doing it.
No, that's fine.
I'm fine.
John?
I'm fine.
Oh, thank God you're not fucking British. I hated that shit.
I
What is
liked
with-
it.
What is with all of you in expressing disdain for someone who's taken so much damage for you?
I don't have disdain for you. I'm trying to keep you alive and functioning.
And like as he's walking towards the door, I would assume all of you should get in your places and Sergeant Briar.
Fuck do you think you're going?
Start the plan. Don't waste time. If I'm gonna die, I might as well die quick.
Your plan's fucking stupid. You're
You gotta-
trying to
You got a better one?
just fucking stick the thing on it. They ain't gonna let us live. You know it.
Well, how do we even get to that?
As you all are having this conversation, those of you a little bit farther from the lift, because there's the small clump of you most actively involved in this, and then Blue was farther back. Those of you closer to the vents start to hear of things moving through the vents in chaotic, haphazard motions, according to what you hear. And you can hear as they spread out along the branching vents in here.
Hey, John?
Yep, change of plans. Fuck. Sergeant Briar, ideas now, go!
Why the fuck am I the one making all... Jesus Christ.
Are you in charge?
We need to... Apparently, according to you all, the one that outranks me isn't in charge. God damn. get in the fucking thing and let's go to the goddamn docks at this point, or we get back in the vents and go.
They're in the vents.
Yeah, the fence would be a bad
Well,
idea.
these are our
at this
two
point.
options. We get in the damn elevator and we go ourselves, or we go in the vents and risk it with them. Because the only other place we're going from here is the Security Administration, and we ain't got nowhere to go from there.
Does it lock? Can we hole up in there?
You try to hole up in there with some fucking murderous ass piece of shit that's turning people into goddamn liquid and then creatures, or you're trying to go deal with these murdering pieces of shit in the atrium. Our best bet is to go to the docks and steal something that's not their ship. They told us what it was called. Let's go there.
Let's get on the lift, everybody. Let's go. Fucking let's go.
I'm behind
All
you.
right. Yeah, let's get on the lift.
Why does it feel like I'm talking to myself?
All right. You all climb onto the freight elevator with Clover hitting the button for the docks. The large doors closing as you see these things dropping from the vents into the engineering bay as the barred doors still slowly close for the freight elevator. The horrifying skeletons with the flesh hanging off of them.
As the doors are closing and when we spent time in the engineering bay, are there any stockpiles of gas canisters, CO2, anything potentially explosive and flammable that I could shoot on our way out?
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Okay. So, as the doors shut and these things start to approach the direction that you're heading, moving pretty quickly, you let off this shot, a huge explosion that you can still feel the heat even as the freight elevator starts to descend and then shift on its side. As you begin to shuttle away from the engineering area, you can still hear the from down the shaft. And you continue rocketing towards the docking bay until the freight elevator comes to a stop. And as it opens, it looks like the freight elevator entrance here is unguarded. Not because of a lack of capacity, though, because the area where the hallway would enter into the docking bay is heavily fortified with equipment that the mercenaries brought in with them. Auto turrets, barricades, wire, all of that set up here. But none of them knew about the freight elevator, apparently. You see where there is a large ship that has... The docking bay has a still atmosphere present side of it, and then is where the ships are actually docked outside. You can see where a very large ship has broken into one section of the docking bay. You remember the ship was called the Breaker, and apparently for good reason. Bioscanner.
Yeah.
The area right around you in here in the docking bay doesn't have a ton, but the readout stretches a little bit into the hallway, and there are several. And it also stretches into the vents. And even though you don't hear anything, there is a reading from directly above you in the ventilation system.
I'm going to be mouth the to everybody, point above, and point at the bioscanner. Like,
Are the turrets operational?
The turrets are on the other side of things, pointed towards the door that leads into more of the station. They're not pointed right here, but yes, they do look operational. I will also say that you all can see, again, in the docking bay section, you can see that there are several ships that are docked here.
Let's get on a ship and get out of here.
Why not?
Closest
Why?
one.
Yeah.
Cass,
Yeah.
if we try to move one of those ships before they start getting attacked, they will fire upon us. I say we get on a ship and wait. And we wait until they start getting attacked by these things, because those things are on us. And they're gonna get attacked by them. And while they're dealing with them, we make our escape. But if we do it too early, they're just gonna shoot us out of the sky.
When the hell did you start making sense? What did he do? You know what? Never mind. Not fucking important. I don't disagree, but we need to find a manifest first. We need to know which one of these is fueled up and ready to go, not which one just got here.
I can tell you that.
Go for it, kid. What you got?
Since I'm used to doing refuels at this station, at least for the past month or whatever, is it possible for me to be able to understand where a panel would be, where a readout would be, where it is in the system?
You are familiar with the docks. You know where the computers are that would have the
Perfect.
logs. So
Okay.
you can absolutely start to run that way. But the docks themselves are a large bay, all essentially one big room. And there are, you can see dotted around here, several mercenaries. So you are going to have to keep your head down.
Okay.
So, do you do that?
Do we want me to do that? Because I will do that.
I say,
Where is it?
suggestion. Is there a ship that's closest to us that is not one of theirs? And is it safe to assume that a ship would be able to connect to the mainframe and know the information from the system itself?
That really depends. Not all docking ships get access to the mainframe information of the station.
Because here's the risk. What if the one that we can use is the farthest one away from us? No, you know what? Let's just stick to your plan. This is fine.
The ship that's nearest to you, physically nearest to you, that you can see is called the Mother of Pearl. It looks like a salvage ship. And Gopher, did you say you were running over to try to get into the computers?
I am going to do that, but I'm going to turn off my garland necklace first.
We all must make sacrifices.
Since that's clearly what is drawing attention to me.
As you
He'll
run
also put
that
out a
way,
cigarette.
do the rest of you kind of keep pace? All sticking together?
I have an idea if we need it. Sergeant.
When the fuck did I... What you got, man? I'll get paid enough for this shit.
Once the whiz kid figures out which one we need, we'll just do the same thing I did just an hour ago. And I will be the consummate service professional.
You're gonna get yourself fucking killed, man. Jesus Christ. Hey, kid. Rookie, where do you need to get to?
Okay, in this particular bay right here, we've got Cujo, Jackie, Candace, and Kendall right here. Kendall's my favorite. But any one of those outposts are going to be able to help me get the information I need.
I think Kendall. I'm just hung up on the Kendall part.
Yeah, I don't know. She's spicy, but I know how to handle her pretty well.
Are you fucking the machine? You know, never mind. All right.
No, I'm not fucking the machine on company time. I wait till later.
Okay,
No, but
so
seriously,
as
I need
interesting as this fan fiction might be, can we?
Hey,
I'm ready. And he's gonna go over there. He's gonna move as stealthily as he possibly can, and he's gonna try to access the nearest computer.
Cass is not going to go with him, but hide somewhere with a good line of sight and essentially provide cover in case it's needed. SMG at the ready.
Got it.
Less people make less noise.
Okay.
I'm actually going to position myself away from the group. I'm going to go on Sergeant Cass's comms. It's going to be open to my ear, but I'm not going to be speaking. And I'm actually going to position myself away so that if I were to need to come out, at a different point that I could, that it wouldn't be where the group would be coming from.
Okay. Everett?
Item usage question. Bioscanner going bloop, bloop, bloop. Because you can just turn that on and leave it. So can I place it in like center of room?
Yeah,
where we
sure.
can see it?
Absolutely.
So we could see something, like we'll see ourselves on the blip, but we'll also see something moving.
If you were
over
looking at it, yeah, of course. Totally.
Cool. I'm gonna do that for these guys.
So you walk more out towards like a more middle area where everyone can see this, set it down so everyone can see.
Yep, set it down so it gives off that blip.
Mm-hmm.
So if something's moving in a vent overhead, we'll see it kind of deal.
As you're moving over to set it down, yeah, there are multiple from the vent area. Moving quieter now. Can't even hear them this time.
They're moving quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Cool. How many? 3, 4.
In the radius that you capture, 3.
I was gonna I got an idea, and then stop and back, and then just start.
As Everett points up to the vents, the vent falls away, and 3 things fall out of it. The first 2, those skeletal, melted flesh things, stretched skeletons. And from a vent just a little ahead of it, a louder crash as one of those melted, horrifying looking abominations lands here.
I'm going to yell at the top of my lungs, "Shit, run!" And I'm actually going to start touching, I'm going to run. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch the hulls of all these ships. If one of them feels warm or I'm checking to see if they're cold. If they're cold, I don't want them. That means they just came out of the vacuum of space. If they are warm or room temperature, that's the one I'm going to want. So you tell me which one I find.
All right. Love that. Could you roll me a d10? And we'll get back to that. What about the rest of you?
I die?
Blue, just in reference to where we all are, where is the, is there a big door airlock that if was open, things would get sucked out? Or is it not that kind of hangar?
It's not that kind of hangar. There are individual walkways and tubes that go to each ship.
Oh, I see.
Safety.
Well, I'll be next to Everett, providing cover fire.
Okay.
If needed.
What about the rest of you?
I'm still looking for that refuel log.
And so, what was the exact information you were looking for from it?
I'm trying to see which one was. I'm just trying to look, or which ones have fuel in them.
Sure, absolutely. Let's see. Could you make me, because of this stressful situation, an intellect check? If there's anything relevant that you would add to it, feel free.
Tragically, no.
Okay.
33, and my intellect is a 36.
That's a critical success, man.
Oh, because it's a double.
Yes.
There are 3 of the ships here are fully fueled, ready to go. They've been here for a while. They were getting ready to be taken back out. The first one of them is called the Dream Deferred. It's clunky old garbage ship. The second, the Mother of Pearl, a salvage ship. And the third is the Busty Prince Billy. It's a decommissioned vintage pleasure craft.
When he reads that, he goes, nice. And he gathers that information, notices what where each one is located, and he is going to crouch down and try to get back to his friends on his way off.
No. You
What?
see, and at that moment, I'm bolting past you at a
Oh, shit,
dead run.
Shit!
No,
It's
fucking.
Wait!
What?
It's those three.
But which one? Mother of Pearl? Fine, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Bolting for the Mother of Pearl.
So you all are just taking this information, bolting. I will say, getting the information by itself is going to be your turn, Gopher. So you'll be able to start running at the end or at the start of next turn.
Fantastic.
What about everyone else? Just so you know the general location of these things, the closest one drops in about 20 feet from where Gopher was, the other about 35.
And how far away are we from Gopher? Generally?
I mean, you all, except for the one who had run off to, like, specifically try to investigate the ships, most of you were still within, 60 feet of one another.
Cass is going to essentially shift where she was aiming, which was at the mercenaries to provide cover, to whatever the hell those things are, and take aim on them. And because I kind of moved away from the other guys a little bit.
Okay.
She's gonna yell, follow the goddamn droid, and then pop off a couple of shots to get the thing's attentions away from everybody else and on her.
Got it. And the ship that you all had shouted to run to, did you say the Mother of Pearl?
Yes.
Okay. Just so you all know, to get to the entrance of the Mother of Pearl will take you 3 rounds of movement to get there. If you use a full turn and do nothing else but movement, that counts as 2. So, was anyone else doing anything right now?
You said they dropped down as I was walking forward with the thing originally. Did they drop down near me?
They dropped down near Gopher, so it depends how close you were to Gopher.
It's just because I was trying to head to the center of the room.
Oh, then
trying to mental map that.
In reference to that, they about equidistant between you and Gopher, but you're just at a different place in the room. But they're about 20-ish feet from you.
Full sprint as soon as that shit happened. Then, yeah.
Full sprint towards the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking yeah.
Everyone else?
Okay, so I am going to, I guess kind of during all this whole mess, I was kind of picturing myself near Cass, but Cass just yelled to run. So I'm going to ignite my flamethrower, but I am going to start running because it's a close range weapon, so it's like a last resort. And I am going to break for the Mother of Pearl.
Okay.
Full tilt. Old man sprinting.
Okay. Then I just need a combat roll from Cass, the only one taking aggressive action this time.
I'm scared. Hey, that'll work without even needing to add anything. That is a 21, so that's a success.
21. So were you shooting at one of the skeletal things, or were you shooting at the bigger melted thing?
What is closer to
One of the
Gopher?
smaller ones.
So it would be at the smaller ones, but her aim was more to draw attention away from everyone else as more than do damage. But if damage can happen as a bonus, then hell yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I was not great. 6!
6 damage.
That was
Okay.
terrible. I was 2 and a 4. Oh, just kidding. This one is different. That's 11. My 7 and my 2 look very similar on this one.
All right. As
Apologies.
you send a few bullets that mostly to attract attention, but do manage to shoot into one of the skeletal things, which turns to look towards you. And it is now going to be their go. You did successfully achieve your goal of attracting the attention as the 2 twisted skeletons with the flesh hanging off of them an unnatural speed run past Gopher and right at you.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. This was not.
That's a success.
Fuck it. Bring it.
So that will be 9 damage. And could you please make me a body save really quick?
No, that is a 96.
This thing, as it dashes towards you, and one of them, both of them slash at you, but one of them pulls you in closer to it. Its skeletal mouth opens wider, and it vomits this reddish, thick ichor onto you and into your mouth and nose, and you begin to hack and vomit, and you are infected by something. So that's also a stress point for the failed body save, and I'm going to need a panic roll in this moment. I would also say I need a panic roll from Gopher right now, seeing this.
Panic is over, so I'm good.
Okay.
Barely. But
Both
we're good.
of you managed to maintain your cool. That is those one's turn. The larger one moves slower. It moves as if it is still melting. The skin just sloughing and then recongealing into itself as it... And where the others moved with frenetic speed, this one almost looks like it's moving through water the way it approaches you, Gopher. An 8 will succeed. 28 points of damage as it pulls back this long rope-like whip appendage that is serrated and clawed at the end and slashes down you. I'm going to assume that's a wound. Gopher?
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was trying to plan ahead here.
No, you're good. I just needed to know
I'm so sorry. Yes, hugely a wound, yes.
I assumed. Was it 1 or 2 wounds?
That is going to be 1 wound.
Okay. Could you
But
please...
we're close to 2.
Could you please roll me a d10?
That's a 10.
Oh, thank God. That's actually the lowest result. I forgot on this, not the highest result. Whew. What did you have in your hand in that moment?
While I was doing the work at the whatever?
Oh, yeah, you just have... It destroys the computer as well in the process.
Cool.
But no extra wound effect. You rolled the best possible result.
I was legit 2 health points away from having 2.
All right. I also need... that's going to be the end of their go. That brings all the rest of you up. Those of you who are running, do you keep running?
Do I see what happens to Cass?
I would say if you were looking over at any point, yeah, you would have. Because they're at a slightly more elevated position, so you can look up and see them.
Gotcha. All right, I am bolting, full bolt, full sprint, as much speed as I can get, full run the whole time.
Back towards them?
No, back towards the ship.
Okay.
Keeping
full movement means you get there to the door with some to spare. Slap the panel, door opens.
I was already running.
Mm-hmm.
You said by Gopher. So, as I'm assuming I'm running that, and I just see Gopher get hit by something from behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna try to grab the kid, literally. Seeing him just get wrecked, and be like, "Come on, ground rat, let's go, and just try to grab this kid with me.
Okay.
And
Fuck.
stop panicking. Let's go. I need you alive.
I got this. I fucking got this.
I'm trying to drag him along with me as I'm running as fast as I can.
Love it.
With my scientist strength.
Sweet Mother of Pearl was the second ship. though
Mother
a
of
little
Pearl
bit further.
was actually one of the closest ships to you. That's why you can get there in just a round and a half.
Gotcha. I'll stop where I'm at and just start shooting.
Okay.
But like backing up towards the ship and just shooting when I can.
Okay. You'll have to let me know which you're shooting at, but we'll get back to that.
All right. So I am going to full sprint to, because I think John there, he already hit the control panel to open the entryway, right? Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to full sprint for the ramp, but once I get just get to the ramp, I know that will take my entire go around, but I will stop on the ramp, flamethrower at the ready, and that's where I would end.
Got it. All right. So as you're in there just waiting, guarding the entrance.
If something tries to get on, it's not getting on.
So am I at the door and he's at the door with me?
Yes. He ran a little bit farther in to you were at the door, he ran, I think you said a little past, yeah?
Yeah. So
was that right, Clover?
Yeah, I'm at least on the ramp, so I can if someone comes running for, I can cover.
So I'm gonna stop him, and you're gonna see John take his hand, rotate, and it's gonna come off, and I'm gonna hand it to him, and I'm gonna look at him and I go, I'm going to get this ship airborne. If Cass tries to get on this ship, tranquilize her or kill her. And I'm going to get on the ship and start the process of getting this thing to autopilot away from here. So I'm going to use computers to get this thing airborne, or get it ready for it to be airborne and warm up ship.
Can I even do anything?
Yeah, you can keep fighting back.
Does it does it have a hold of me?
Not mechanically, thematically it did, but you can break that hold and do something else.
Damn it. I just want to not get infected one time. Get out of here with that face.
No.
He's Christmas.
He's Christmas. Get fucked. She is gonna essentially break out of its hold and not necessarily run away, but back away from this thing and still taking another shot at what's trying to chase after everybody else and her.
Okay.
She's not trying to die.
Okay.
She's probably
Was
dead.
that everyone? Oh,
Yeah, because I was running up to the ship, right?
And you are,
Yep.
Gopher, are you using your full turn to just try to disengage and run?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
I
In
am
that
following
case,
the lead.
here are the roles that I need.
Oh heck. Oh heck.
I need those who are running, so that's going to be Everett and Gopher. Speed checks, please. The two who were shooting, Blue and Cass. Combat rolls, and let me know which you're shooting at. The little skeleton ones, or the bigger horrifying thing. I mean, they're both horrifying.
The distance, because it'll depend shotgun versus SMG.
The distance that you're in from where you ran, you would be in the far range.
SMG it is.
Okay.
Fail with a 78.
Stress point.
Since I was trying to help Gopher, does
I will
advantage,
say,
or-
yeah. Gopher, go ahead and re-roll that with advantage, or go ahead and re-roll it.
Wait, so roll it twice or
No,
just
just roll
one?
it one more time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better. 14, my friend.
That's a success, so you can take that stress point away.
Oh, that's nice.
And the two combat rolls, successes, failures.
Success.
Success. All right, both of you go ahead and roll damage.
6 damage from the submachine gun.
Okay. And you were shooting at which?
Whatever's closest to the ship / me.
Got it. Okay. So that would be one of the little ones.
Is the big one... The big one's the slow-moving thing, right?
Yes. Slower moving, yeah.
Okay. And is that one focused on somebody else that's not me at this point?
Yes, it's currently focused on Gopher.
God
Or it was.
damn it,
I
kid.
got your back.
She's gonna shoot at that. It's the only one
Okay.
still going after other people at this point, and that was 18.
18 damage.
I rolled
Woo!
2 9s.
Huge damage as the two of you sending these shots, a few of them impacting into the ones that are attacking your friends. With that failed speed... Oh no, you succeeded that speed roll thanks to Everett's assistance. So those ones... Because it's now their turn. One of the fast ones is going to... actually, both of the fast ones are going to charge at you, Cass. They are fast. But a 68 is not going to do it. So you manage to outpace them. They just aren't able to catch you as they are down the hallway, or not down the hallway, but across the docking bay towards you. The other one is going to, as the two of you, Gopher and Everett, dash away, the large melted thing, its mouth just open. It was already unnaturally wide, about a foot from jaw to jaw, and it drops open even farther and gushes out this spray of noxious smelling red thick fluid. And I need both of you to make me body saves, please. Also, Cass, you take 6 damage as you vomit some of this red viscous stuff up. What did we get, Everett and Gopher?
Solid 29 out of 12. So it's a fail.
Yeah.
I passed with a 12.
Good job. Okay.
Thank goodness.
You turn as this is happening, Everett, and just get a face and nose full of this stuff, and it just clings to your throat, and you can physically feel it creeping down your esophagus.
Oh no.
Unwanted, pushing its way into you.
Oh my god.
This is why I don't fucking help people. Oh my god. Little rat.
Come on.
Dirt, get up. Let's go. And I'm just, his voice is cracking and just.
Incredible. That brings us to to you all again. What are we doing?
Question on the mercenary ship. Is the door currently open? Like, could I access it if I wanted to get on the ship? Can I do that?
If you wanted to get on the mercenary ship?
Yeah.
You would have to go through you'd have to go down one of the halls where it crashed in and see how you could enter that way.
It's not in the docks right now.
It crashed into a section of the docks rather than utilizing the docks appropriately. So part of the docking bay has been sealed off because of that, but that is where the ship itself is. For what it's worth, there is a tunnel that has been extended from the breaker and has seemingly bored into the docking bay section of the Hardlight station. So if you wanted to try to get onto the breaker, seeing that, probably your best bet.
Can I start heading that way? And as I go, I'm going to shoot the panels of the other access doors to the other ships?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Just destroy a few of them as you walk past.
Mm-hmm.
What about the rest of you? The two who were on the ship. Let's start with you.
Okay. So making sure I got everything straight. So I would have seen Cass get infected. Would have seen Everett get the vom. I don't know his infection status, but I saw him get like the stuff on him.
You know what? Yeah, you saw it.
Okay, so
It would
saw that.
logically it would still be on him though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then, let's see, John is further up into the ship trying to get things going. Would I see Blue split off to go do what he just described about going after? Probably see him run off and then that's it.
Yeah, from the ramp you're on, you can just kind of see him head off this other direction.
And finally, Gopher. What would I see of Gopher? I'm trying to recall what
I would think you would be able to see Everett and Gopher like running away from where they were being attacked.
Okay, and where are they coming towards? I guess that's the next question. Is anyone coming towards the Pearl? Okay, so they're coming to the Pearl.
Gopher and Everett are, yes.
Okay, so Gopher and Everett are coming towards the Pearl. All right, so I didn't see Gopher get hit by the stuff, right? I'm trying to get an idea. Do I know who got sprayed on or not?
I think that if you want your character to have seen it, you absolutely can. The three who have been sprayed on currently have been Cass, Gopher, and Everett. And so you would have been able to see them. Whether you would have, that's up to you.
Okay, so I'm going to say that I at least saw them get sprayed. And on that, like, hesitantly, I raise a flamethrower and I kind of like get in the middle of the ramp, flamethrower up.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck, man?
I don't know, that's it. That's where I'm gonna, like, if they come to interact, that's fine. So I'm middle of the ramp, flamethrower up.
Love it. And John, what are you doing?
I am through the ship. I am at the consoles. I'm flipping things on. I am now in the computer. I'm cycling towards, because I don't have piloting, but I do have computers. So it should have, a salvage ship like this should have an autopilot procedure that has pre-designated places for it to go.
Absolutely.
And so I'm going to take any option that is not the current station that it is at. And I'm going to opt for those stations and start engine ramp up protocols and get the shit, like, it's like basically countdown timer. It has this long till it takes off, whether we're on it or not.
Absolutely. You start initiating the auto, getting the boosters going, everything like that. No problem.
How much time does it give me an indication of time
You
before
will
takeoff?
be ready to take off in about a minute.
Okay. And I'm going to yell to I'm going to yell to James, Mr. James or Clover. 60 seconds till takeoff.
And I yell back to him that, the three of them got the stuff on them. Like, they got the red shit. Was that Everett, Gopher, and Cassie? I yell back, like so-and-so and they've gotten it sprayed on them. Because I don't know the infection, but I did see them get sprayed.
I'm going to come back, like, I'm going to bolt towards the back, but only at the door. And I'm going to yell at them. Did either of you get it inside you, in your mouth, in an orifice, in any hole imaginable? Either of you.
My holes are surprisingly clean.
With that line, we have a quick hard cut over to Blue as you are running towards where the entryway for the breaker ship is, and the docking bay has started to descend into absolute chaos as over a dozen of these skeletal things have started to drop out of the vents and are flooding into this space. And one more of those larger melted looking things drops down. Several of the mercenaries have come out from onto the ramp of the ship, or out of near the entryway to the breaker. Sorry. Several of the mercs have come near the entryway to the breaker and have started shooting towards these things, trying to keep them back, but they just keep coming. What do you do?
I'm hoping to use this chaos and try to disable all of the existing ships. I don't want anybody using them, so shooting the panels as I go, and then I want to try and take their breaker ship, but getting onto it might be tricky.
It will definitely be tricky. And
so he's going to run up to it and try and figure out a way on.
I'm going to ask for a speed check here to get behind these mercs as they are shooting at these things and get into the passageway leading to the breaker.
All right, athletics plus 10. We're looking at a 41.
41. You
Stress.
manage to get by them, but as you are punching the terminal that has been set up here, you just press the wrong button, and it gives this little denied sound, and one of the mercs who was shooting turns their head and sees you there. So that will be a stress point for you with that failure.
Can I say something as he...
Absolutely.
Stop fucking standing there to help me get off of this thing!
The one that you're shouting at is a very large man, powerlifter build, who is continuing to empty his rounds into the flood of these things. Help us fucking deal with these and I'll give you a ride off, fair? And just continuing to shoot. What do you do?
Does it seem like they're not gonna succeed?
It's a bad situation.
Pretty
I'll
grim.
say that. It's not unwinnable, but it's certainly stacked against them currently.
He'll try the panel one more time.
As you push the panel, the door opens. And standing right in front of you is a fairly well-armored woman with her hair pulled back in a bun and a small SMG in her hands, a larger gun slung across her back. And who are you? And you immediately recognize the voice, as you had heard it over the radio.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. What kind of armor?
What kind of information are you looking for about it?
Is it heavy, normal?
Pretty heavy
15?
looking, yeah.
Okay. Rockin' hard place. He's gonna turn around and start shooting at the aliens with them. Well, it's about fucking time you come out and help. Jesus Christ!
Got it. Love that.
And as soon as she goes by at maybe the next turn, he's gonna try and slip in.
Okay.
If possible.
Then we cut back to at the Mother of Pearl.
I'm going to put my arm on Clover's shoulder. I was like, get in the ship. We don't have time. And I'm going to grab both Gopher and Everett, and I'm going to drag them onto the ship. I'm going to lock the door behind them, and I'm going to look Everett Everson in the eyes, and it's like, you saved my life. Do you trust me? Doesn't wait for him to answer. Right into the neck, and I'm going to trank him.
As you're doing that, I'm just going to be like, no, what? Can I resist?
Oh, absolutely. So,
Okay.
A few things are going to happen here. First, I need a combat roll from John. Second, I need to tell both Cass and Everett something. And that is, Cass, you take 10 damage as you vomit onto the ground. Has this caused an additional wound yet?
That caused my first official wound.
First wound. And as you feel this burning from inside your intestines, Everett, you take 7 damage.
So I missed, but the reason why I missed is because I watched him double over into his intestines. And so I went like this and like missed him and then, fired off into the thing. And I'm going to look down on him, and you're going to look and you're going to see the most pitiable face, like the most emotion you've ever seen on Android. Like you generally never see androids. And I'm going to look down and it's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. and I'm going to grab him by the back because he's doubled over. I'm going to grab him by the back of his shirt, and I'm going to open the door and throw him out of it.
Get out!
And I'm going to lock it.
Okay. I would like this once again to be a additional combat roll here. Do remember to take a stress point for the failed one previously. And as all this is happening, Clover, what are you doing?
When he told me to, because was it when he first came up, he put his hand on my shoulder and told me to, what was it again, John? He told me to get up front, or
train Cass if she tries to get on the ship.
Okay, I am still holding your other hand.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm still there, and I watched that go down. And if the door is starting to close, I still have my eye on Cass. But it's not a hard look. It's a pitiable look. It's like trying to say I'm sorry without using the words I'm sorry. As I just watch the door start to close, I'm still like trank in hand if she comes, but
I do need from Cass, as the door is starting to close with you on the other side of it, I need a panic check. I also still need to know what is going on with Gopher here in this moment.
Yeah, Gopher is seeing this happen. The moment John looked him in the eyes and started talking, he starts to kind of crawl a little back, and he kind of starts to shake a little bit. I'll roll a panic roll if I've got to.
Yes, please.
And he is just going to pull his fear or panic.
Panic.
Got it. I got an 11, and I have 8.
Cool.
And he's just gonna start to hyperventilate a little bit, and he pisses himself, and he just says, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. And that's, I mean, he's just shaking back and forth in the fetal position, just eyes wide, full blown, fearing for his life. Just a scared kid.
Okay. So there was the pushing out of the door. Did you want to resist that, Everett?
I would try to resist it, but if you said I doubled over it in pain from my stomach as well, I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. I would have just been trying to articulate some words, but it would have just been garbled and probably spitting up red.
So then as you get tossed out, the door starts to close. Cass, what did you get on your panic roll?
I succeeded.
Okay, no panics. But
I will drop my bioscanner at that point while in the ship, so they have the bioscanner most likely.
we see Blue shooting along with now these 4 other mercs here, making decent progress against the onslaught. And eventually, one of the larger creatures starts to get close, and you can see a look of hunger in this woman's eyes who came out of the hallway. We have to get it. If we get that back, oh, huge payday. And the other mercs are starting to give uncertain glances. We just got fucked here, don't you think? I think we should just cut our losses and get out.
Is the door to the ship available to get on?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna yell, oh no. Oh god. Yeah, he's gonna yell to the 3 mercs, not her. It's not worth dying over, guys. Come on, let's get the fuck out of here. And I'm gonna train my shotgun at the lady.
Okay.
Trying to convince them to turn.
We're gonna get back to that. As that's happening, we again cut quickly back to where the door is shutting. Does anyone do anything in that moment, given the fact that, Cass, you take 2 points of damage, and Everett, you take 8?
There's a crackle over your radio comms in your ears. And you hear the most sullen android voice you could think of. Not even, you couldn't even assume that it could sound like this, like an android could even have this kind of emotion. This is not what I wanted. My design and purpose is to serve humanity, to keep you alive. And that's all I wanted. But from the beginning of all of this, I thought there was a possibility that this was infectious in nature. And you show textbook signs of infection. You're a liability. So I am saving who I can, but know that it is with the utmost pain that I leave you both behind. And it starts to crackle and fade out, as I'm assuming the Mother of Pearl is separating, right? It's 60 seconds.
It certainly can be. I mean, you don't have to leave, as you can delay it if you wish.
No, I'm leaving.
We watch as the door starts to close with the 2 of you out here. We cut back to where Blue is standing, shotgun leveled. I'm going to let you know how I rolled to decide this, because there isn't any mechanic that really works for it in Mothership, so I had to make something up. I used the basic luck check for each one of the 3 mercs who was there along with Gruber. One of them wasn't convinced. Another was, and the third only became convinced by 1. That's how close the roll was here. The tiebreaker was by 1. So, as you level the shotgun, Gruber... Pathetic. My men are well paid. They know who to obey. And one of the Marines, one of the mercs, continues firing on the stragglers of these things. The other 2 seem less certain, including the bulkier man. No, I'm not here dying for this. Fuck this. Come on. Let's go, boss. We can come back after everything's dead.
Live to fight another day. Live to fight another day. As he starts backing up towards the ship.
Gruber stands, and you watch her take the situation in, looking over her shoulder as more of these things continue to drop down from the vents, running towards the dock ships here. And she kind of straightens her armor. Live to fight another day. Indeed. Let's go. And heads towards the ship. We watch the mercs continue to fire off stray bullets towards the ones they're charging, but eventually, as Blue, Hannah Gruber, and 3 other mercenaries make their way towards the breaker. We watch the Mother of Pearl pulling away from this spot. For Cass, you take another 8 damage. Everett, you take another 2. The 2 of you feel like you are burning alive from the inside. The 2 of you hear, in this now closed door, dozens of these things that you can probably guess were once your friends are starting to flood this space. as that fire continues to eat you from inside, and your body keeps rejecting it, vomiting blood, foam, everything, pain in your abdomen from just retching again and again, ringing in your ears. Do you two do anything in that space?
So I know we're on the docks, but is there fueling tanks? Anything?
Sure.
Don't smirk, you all know it's fine. She's going to beeline to the biggest fueling tank or fuel line she can find and take a shot at it.
Okay. And Everett?
In between all of that, would I have seen Kaz get up and run over to...
Yeah, you were right next to each other, absolutely.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. She started running off. I'd crawl and stumble after her. With intellect, I'd be able to figure that shit out, what she's up to. I'd be like, what? Just hack it up. What's the fucking plan? What are we doing?
This is why I fucking hate androids. And she pulls the trigger without answering him any farther.
As you stumble over here, vomiting the whole time, you get to this huge fuel tank and knock one of the valves off so it just starts pouring. Step back. Wait for your moment. The three who made it onto the Mother of Pearl, you feel just the slightest rock as you push away from Hardlight Station. Blue, you find yourself on a well-outfitted mercenary vessel, under the watchful gaze of a ruthless individual who you just embarrassed. And as we see these two ships pull away from this station, the last thing we hear